Trailblazers. My name is Steve, and the rest of our party should be joining us momentarily. It's been 2 weeks since we recorded our Halloween Alanisode that I have yet to even touch on the laptop yet. 2 weeks. It's officially been 2 weeks, and I have not done a thing with it yet. And I hope that sitting down tonight, I hope that we can kind of shake the cobwebs loose, and maybe I can get some inspiration back into wanting to do this podcast again. Because it's been a while. I think we took some time off, beginning of summer, and it was nice little bit of time off that we didn't have to worry about doing any of this. We didn't have to worry about filling in a couple hours with a guest. No notes, no editing. The weather was beautiful, so we really wanted to take advantage of that and be outdoors a little bit more. When you're down here in Basement Place, as I am right now, I mean, you don't want to spend your summer down here. You don't want to spend your summer in a basement. As pretty as all these Christmas lights are and as colorful as it is, I do love it down here, but in the summertime, all I wanted to do was be outside. So right now, we decided to get back at it on Halloween night. We removed ourselves from the comforts of Basement Place. We decided to do it on my front lawn. We had a few movies playing on the big screen out there, as you will hear eventually. I really don't know if this episode's coming out first, or maybe the Halloween episode is going to come out first, as it should. I think it should. But I'm really hoping that tonight's episode will kind of make me realize how fun that all of this can be. So right now, I'm trying something different, and they don't know this yet. I've got Kale, my co-host, on his way here, and he's got a good friend of ours who has been on the show quite a few times already, Brigham Shearon. Shearon? Is it Sharona? Shasharon? They're on their way now. They should be here momentarily. And we're not sitting at the table tonight, as they're about to find out. We are sitting in the green room. And I really don't know what's going to come from this episode. Perhaps just a conversation, because usually when we're down here, we're not sitting in the band area. We're sitting in the green room where all the couches are and the TV and stuff like that. And this is really where the hangout began. This is what we usually do on Monday nights before the podcast started and in between the podcasts when we're down here. But we're sitting in the green room tonight, and maybe we'll talk about a bunch of topics. Maybe we won't. Maybe this will be a short episode. I'm really hoping it should be fine, because I really think I have a theory that it's something about the table and the mic stands and everything else that really kind of makes it a little bit more mechanical than it should be. So what I want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I want to try something a little bit more natch, a little bit more in our wheelhouse, if I'm using that term correctly. We are sitting in the green room, and we are free of the normal podcast mics. We are going to be using the SM58s, and for the layman out there listening to this, SM58s is pretty much the standard microphone that you'll see any band use, or like a stand-up comedian. It's the regular mic with the silver mesh ball thing that you talk into. So you might hear a little manhandling of the microphones because we have no stands. We have no stands at all. We're going to be holding our mics. And right now, I am sitting in in the usual spot where I'm sitting when everyone comes over, because we got, and usually I get the least comfortable chair because this is my house. I'm the host. I don't like to be more comfortable than any visitor that may come. So I get the least comfortable chair, which is the wooden chair, which is a part of my kitchen set. But I have, as of right now, I have removed the kitchen chair, and now I'm laying on the floor, staring up at my ceiling, my feet up on the coffee table in the green room, and I've got my new favorite drink. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about this drink. Hold on. This came by an accident. And if anyone listening to this knows about this already, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because what I have accidentally discovered, it came from a conversation that I was having with, we were talking about different things that we can mix whiskey with. And I just kind of pulled it out of my ass. I said, maybe you can mix whiskey with root beer. And then it dawned on me. Aha. I'm gonna buy some root beer on the way home. And I'm gonna buy some whiskey on the way home. And I'm gonna put those two together. And I'm gonna introduce it to a third party called ice. So the first night that I tried it, I think I put too much whiskey in it, and I wasn't really feeling it. It wasn't terrible, but at the same time, it wasn't great. Like, it wasn't grabbing me. Like, I was really hoping to have my mind blown. Like, I discovered a new drink. Because seriously, I've never heard of anybody ever mixing whiskey with root beer. If y'all out there are interested in this, I suggest it. I've got Crown Royal. Crown what?
Crown Royal Whiskey.
Which is hard to say. Change your name. With A&W root beer. And I think it was a couple nights ago. Or actually, no, I guess it would be... No, it was last night, because tonight is Monday. Last night I had band practice with my band Help. And I was telling Jim, who was on the first season of Basement Place Radio. I believe he is the third episode, Jim McDonald. He is actually, I'm going off on a tangent now, but fuck it. I'm laying on the floor. What do I got to lose? He's filling in on bass for us right now because we are playing a show. And I don't know when this episode's getting out there. It'll probably be after the show, but by chance that it's before the show, we have a show at with Pitch Union and at Mora. So anyway, I was giving her another chance, the root beer and whiskey, which I've yet to come up with a name. Hopefully I'll come up with a name before this episode ends, so I can stamp it on the air, make it a fish. I think I made it right last night, and so I gave her a taste, and I let Jim have a taste, and once Eric, my drummer, got here, I gave him a taste, and we're good to go. I think I've got the mixing down. It's really hard to sip from a straw when you're laying on your back. What else? Am I done that story? Yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, and just a little update with Help. Our brand new song has been released to the world. Our song Medica just got sent back to us a few days before the release from Toronto, from Carvalho Mastering. Good friend and neighbor Eric Gurney produced the song. We're really excited about it. I've been telling everybody that I wrote the song 2005 when Help was just getting going. the first incarnation of hell. I wrote the song in '05, and it's just always. I think our people are here right now. Yeah, it's. I'm excited about it. It's. We released it. We're getting good feedback, and we even got a play on Here and Now on AM800 last week. Yeah, and here we are. We got some feats coming downstairs. And here's my co-host, Kale Best. Kale Best, the co-host.
Dye your hair?
I might have dyed my hair.
Or are you just painting and we're messy?
And we've got our guest, our
Did dye your hair.
our many a time on the show, Brigham Shearon. Is it Shearon? Sharon?
It's whatever
Is
the
it-
fuck you
Is
covered
it Sharona?
Yes.
Hold on, that's not your chair. That's
Sherry.
not your chair. Get out of there. Hold on. Whoa.
I saw that.
Okay.
I saw that.
Okay, and that's not your mic either.
You've been watching Andy Kaufman shit too?
No.
We should do a podcast and we'll all sit on each level of your house.
Ooh, I fucking like that. Listeners, I don't know if you picked that up, but we'll talk about that once we get these two fellas on the mic.
Steve, do you have a plug around?
Do you know, Brigham just asked me if I have a plug around here. Did you know, Brigham?
There's lots of them.
Just use that Amish?
No. Did you know that this entire basement is being powered by a single potato?
No.
A 3-year-old potato.
So where's the potato?
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
think there's all
No.
chairs anymore.
Actually, in this whole basement of lights and amps and such, there are 2 outlets. That's it.
Seriously?
Right there, and then on the other side of the fridge.
That's fucking crazy.
We'll do the
dude.
fire
Two
marshals
two
out.
outlets.
How's that a thing?
2 outlets.
That's very
18
fucking
outlets.
surprising.
18 pussies.
You have beer, Steve, or you-
No, I'm good. I've just explained to the audience my new concoction that I'll now explain to you guys. I'm quite I'm quite excited about it. It's actually, and stop me, guys, if you've heard this one before. Whiskey and
Stop.
whiskey and root beer.
Whiskey?
Have you ever?
I think I did, actually.
Here, try
I
it.
think I have recently, or maybe you should.
No, I just discovered it like a couple days ago.
They sell it.
No, that's malt liquor though.
No, they sell hard liquor.
It is good. I think I
Right?
I vaguely remember trying this one day.
Try that?
Maybe I was out
They
of,
sell
out
it.
of Coke and
I
out
think
of
it's
root beer.
probably the same.
Yeah, but at like bars and shit like that, just nobody ever fucking orders a root beer and whiskey.
Yeah.
That's actually fucking delicious.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Really good. I'll give you that.
You gonna sit down or?
Nah.
Actually, no. You're
I'm not
good.
sure what I'm supposed to do.
You're good. No, you need a microphone.
Yeah.
You pick up the mic. You got the mic right there.
I need a plug.
You're just jumping right into this?
Yeah. This is how we're doing it. Don't worry about it, man. But they need to hear your voice.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go.
Just dropping Brigham off.
Is there any work around?
Yeah, on the other side of the fridge.
That's way too far.
Is it really?
Well, yeah, because this has to be around it.
Oh, well, how many? Just 2?
Holes?
Oh, is it 3? Shit, you could have plugged into the Christmas lights.
This is a time machine.
Is it really?
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a first time on Basement Place Radio. We have a time machine
We're gonna go.
in this basement.
We're gonna go back to when we were cool and younger.
We can go back and make this good.
Hi, Cal. There you are.
Hey.
There you are, guy.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Am I peeking? All right, I see it.
You see
I'm
it?
looking at the computer across the room.
Are you serious, you pagan?
You see it?
Peeking. I
So,
haven't pegged yet.
Brigham, can you just forget about the time machine for a minute and just strap on your microphone? Say hi to the audience. That was his crotch.
Hi, audience.
You just met Brigham's crotch.
Should we all introduce our balls?
It wasn't very loud.
What, your balls?
Yeah.
Oh, I got noisy balls.
I don't feel like I'm on. Like it's not loud.
They just hum.
So first of all,
Sound like an air
be-
conditioner.
before I explain what's going on here, I did not throw out my back. I'm just, are we gonna get a pizza?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. do we get one after the show or do we get one like during?
I don't care.
Okay, so what I'm gonna explain, I'm gonna explain what's going on. What?
Is this Billy Joe's mic from Woodstock? When he's just like smashing it?
Yeah.
There's an awkward mushroom on here.
Yeah. Just go with it, man. We're
I
going.
thought you meant was it muddy?
All right,
Yeah.
I'm getting up because I can't see your beautiful faces. So let me explain what's going on. We're a little gorilla tonight, right? We're going gorilla, GU, not GO. Pretty much. Hold on, let me get a chair. I feel like I'm a stand-up comedian.
What's the deal with this basement?
Who are all these people? So, I was explaining to the audience before you got here that we kind of had our comeback episode a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
The Halloween episode on the front lawn. Cold as shit.
7 trick-or-treaters.
7 trick-or-treaters. There might
7 to 9.
There might have been an 8th one.
Between 7 and
Lazy
9.
fucking kids.
And I have to confess something to you. I haven't touched it yet.
I assume. I haven't asked the question.
And we've already had this conversation already. Just about how like we had a break. We had quite an extended break, which was lovely. Like very little work that we had to do because of the summer months. You know, it's better to be doing outdoorsy things than it is to be stuck down here. Because I was hardly ever down here at all during the summer.
Yeah.
And I'm just still. I mean, you already. This is no secret. I've already told you this. I'm having trouble getting back into the swing of things. You know, being inspired to do this again because it took a lot out of us.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, yeah.
each episode took a lot out of us,
Well,
and
you especially did more of the work
well,
that
whatever.
you wanted to.
whatever. It took a lot out, you know. It was energy draining, and I've told you this already. Just like there's this fear now that when we get back into it, I don't know what to say. I think about
You've always
doing.
had that fear.
I think about doing this again, and it's just like I imagine us down here with a guest, not you, because you're here every week.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, with someone who's hardly ever here, who we hardly know, you know, we get one of them guests again, and I envision it, and it's just like nothing's coming out of my mouth when they're here. It's just like, what do you say? How do you fill in 2 hours? So it's got me scared.
It gives you a big respect for like Letterman. Eh?
Absolutely, or just like well, let's keep it in the podcast genre. Just like these podcasts that just like these guys that do it for a living, you know, the Mark Marons, the Chris Hardwicks, the Pete Holmes, blah blah blah.
Or even harder, like the guys that they're good at it is the guys that do it alone, like Bill Burr or Chris D'Elia or something like that.
Or me
Yeah.
before you guys got here. I was having a great time just looking up at the ceiling.
Should make your own.
Well, we'll see how it
Called
goes.
Solo Steve's podcast.
just laying on the floor.
Yeah.
Just
that's
talk
what-
shit about us the whole time.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying something. Is an experiment, as we did 2 weeks ago with the Halloween episode. It's an experiment. We don't have the table. The table is not there. We don't have the mic stands. We're holding our own mics, as you guys can both.
Using musician / stand-up mics.
The
Podcast
SM15s.
mics.
I've explained all of this to the audience. But this is usually where we sit. This is the green room. We are in the green room. And before the podcast came, this is where we hang out. We play video games.
It's like 8 feet away.
We hung out. Kale, don't spoil the mystique of it, okay? So tonight, we are going to do this for a couple hours. I don't think we're going to have any songs. And I would like it if there was no editing at all.
Okay.
You know? So there might be editing. I'm not going to promise no
Yeah,
editing.
look right at me.
I'm sorry, it was just your turn to be looked at.
I would like that better too if we were able to do that.
With no edit.
Like, yeah, and we also usually go like 5 hours or something too, so we can try to trim it down. But it'd be nice if we were good enough at it that we could do it for 2 to 3 hours and not have to edit anything.
Absolutely. Yeah, because
But in the interest of people listening, sometimes it's better to.
you got to. But that's, I think,
people start on a racist rant or something.
right. Brigham, we're
Yeah.
looking at you for this one.
Yeah.
That's what started all the editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say that if we can find an outlet, we could we can just use this time machine to go back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, there's an outlet on the other side of the fridge.
Yeah, I know,
It's
but
We
a
don't.
different-
We
it's a
don't.
weird
We don't
plug,
need
though.
to
It's-
have it here. I know what you've got here. It looks like you've got a little bit of a
It's a weird plug, though.
volcano.
it's not a volcano. It's the cheaper version, but yeah.
But these plugs don't exist yet because this was invented in 2063 by Single 7.
There's a bag, single 7.
So Brigham, if you want to go set that up over there, we could always walk because we got cords. We could always walk to
Gather around the time machine.
to consume your product.
Do you need any plasma for that?
Gigawatts.
Gigawatts.
So this is
1.21.
this is where we usually hang out. Before the podcast started, this is where we hung in the green room,
Yeah.
which was just
Chairs and TV from
before the
1989.
podcast. Before the podcast, it wasn't a green room. It was just more basement.
Right. It was the part of the basement where you didn't practice music.
Right. So tonight we're a little bit more comfortable. I mean, not me. I've already explained that because I am the host and I don't like to be more comfortable than my guests.
Sure.
And this chair is yours, and I will fight anyone to the death who wants to take your chair from you.
I've never fought for it myself, but I liked how I slid in there with this.
But do you like how passionate I am to protect
Yeah,
it for
I
you?
appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, he like straight up told me to fuck off when I sat. in
Yeah.
there.
No, last week when Brigham was over,
Hands were thrown.
well, when Brigham was over, I said, Kale's not here this week.
He actually
You may
made
have
me
my-
sit
Nobody's
there last
supposed to sit in here even if I'm not here.
Well, I didn't know that rule.
week. I farted.
That's what
in
I
there,
left that
too.
T-shirt here for.
That's true. That's true.
And going back to the editing of the episodes, I think that's what's most daunting about
for sure.
even getting
I
into
wouldn't do it.
it. Well, you know what I'm talking about.
The small amount of video editing that I've done over the years is enough to make me understand how tedious it is.
See, that's twice as bad. That you got to
Especially
worry
when-
about the audio and the
Yeah.
video.
And maybe you've got to like listen to. You got to. I guess video editing more so. Like imagine when you do the editing and the audio. These episodes, it's fairly quick, relatively. Like I'm talking about when I do video editing, it's like 3 to 5 minute clip or something.
Yeah.
You're doing hours, but you probably kind of clip through it quickly, where you're not listening to the same thing 50 times. Right?
Yeah.
Like I do like BMX videos or something like that, and you put a song to it. Like you pick a song that you like, and then by day 4 of it, you can't stand that song anymore because it's like you gotta.
Yeah, you keep going.
You keep checking like a transition or a cut or something like that. So you just keep hearing the same 5-10 seconds of a song for an hour and a half or
Yeah.
something.
Well, it's kind of like it's how Gurney's got to be whenever
Oh, yeah.
he's mixing
Yeah, for sure.
the music. Like he's got to just fucking hate these songs by the end of it.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think I'm hoping that we can make it through. Do a couple hours tonight.
Yeah.
With minimal edits, because I mean, getting back to the Halloween episode, I think that's just going to be a nightmare for edits because we got all the cars whooshing by,
Yeah.
and we already
Probably
explained
harder
it
to edit
in that
yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
It's the brilliance of live, though.
Yeah, as live as you can get, and again, this is another experiment because we had something planned, I think for last week, but you were away, so now we have to wait a couple weeks for what we had planned to happen.
Sorry.
Well, I'll pass on that apology to the other person.
Right.
I'm sure they'll understand. But Kale,
Mhm.
welcome to Basement Place.
Thank you.
Brigham, welcome to Basement Place.
Thank you.
How are you boys doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Good.
How was your week? I haven't seen you in 7 days.
It's been all right.
Yeah.
I'm loving your hair, by the way.
Thank you. Fast hair.
It is very fast. You
Even
actually,
faster.
you look like a,
it's faster now.
You
It's
look
super.
like,
It's supersonic.
Yeah.
you look like this wrestler guy that I've seen.
Who?
His name's John Bolin.
John.
I've seen
Bolt.
him.
That
Yeah,
sounds made up.
No, he's a good fighter. But I've seen him here in Windsor a few times, and you have his hair right now. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Steve's probably not as muscly, but
I don't know. Steve's pretty ripped.
Don't make that assumption.
unless he's one of those wrestlers that just lose all the time.
I'm the guy that's already in the ring.
There's no intro music.
The hero gets the intro song and the fireworks and the pyro, and I'm just in there already. My Speedo matches my boots and my
You're
elbow
good
pads.
You're already
Usually they
sweating
don't
out of
even,
breath.
right? Those guys usually don't even match. They don't have that kind of money.
You're smoking a cigarette.
I've got a mullet. I've already got the mustache. So, Kale, it's been 14 days since we have seen you. So what happened to you last week, man? Where were you?
Jury duty.
Jury duty.
No, I went to Port Stanley.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is that? Is that a restaurant down the street?
It's a port.
Okay.
For chips.
How far away is it?
I was doing some shipping.
You were and receiving, or just?
No, I just went to Port Stanley. It's not like 2 hours away.
Okay.
Never been. Nice, cute little town. Spent there with my girlfriend.
Okay.
Late birthday present for her.
I don't think I've ever heard you say the word cute before.
I just was gonna say that.
Really?
Wow.
I say it like 5 times a day.
Well,
Cute
ironically,
little
maybe like,
town.
oh, that's cute.
Wow.
But you said that like you bought baubles at a gift shop.
No.
I think you're transitioning, and I like it.
Yeah. Transitioning into a basketball.
It's cute.
What?
I was blown away too when he was this cute little town.
It was like Tobermory. It's a cute town, right?
I don't know. It's been so long since. When did we go there? When did we go to Tobermory?
2005.
Next year.
I think 2005. I think.
Wow.
So 12 years ago.
Wow.
No, sorry. 2005 was the first time I went. So it might have been 2008 actually. In 2009 I went the next year by myself. Yeah, I think 2008 was the year that me, you, George.
Sure, it wasn't 06? I don't know if I was with
It could have been, but I don't.
at that time.
It could have been. I don't know. It wasn't 2005 because that was the first time I went. I didn't plan on it. I went on like a little trip by myself, and then Jim and a bunch of them guys were going up to Tobermory, so I met them for like one night there.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really thought of going there, but I was amazed. Very nice place.
See, I don't remember anything about it except for the campground, so I can't vouch for you to say that it's a cute little town.
It's cuter.
What is Port
It's
Stanley?
adorable. No, Tobermory.
The Tobermory is cute.
Port
Cute,
Stanley is
cute.
smaller, less busy. Well,
Feels like we're
also-
talking about two boys in Tiger Beat or something.
What?
Tiger
Yeah.
Beat,
What's that?
the teen magazine.
Oh.
Come on, Kale.
Yeah, he's lying. He knows. What it
You
is.
know what Tiger Beat is.
I've never
You have
heard
a
of it.
sister.
Well, I haven't had a subscription for a while, so I forgot about it.
Alright. Anyway,
Get some WD-40 for this chair. Hope it's not getting picked up. I can't help it rocking it.
I hope it gets picked up. So, are you guys comfortable? A little bit more comfortable than you would be otherwise sitting at the table?
A little bit. I don't know. It's different.
Yeah, I was.
It is
I say it's
different, right?
better or worse. It's different.
It's different,
Yeah.
right? You were so hopefully more. I explained this all before you guys got here. Hopefully,
you got any gum?
hopefully the conversations will be more natch.
Sure.
Or not more natch. Just hopefully this works out.
Totally down.
Well, I have a feeling once we use the time machine, things will just flow.
Okay. So have you got that fired up, or is
It's
it
fired up. I'm gonna put the mic down. I'll be right back.
okay?
You don't need any plasma? Any ecto?
That's a cute joke.
And
You're cute.
Episode 17 of Basement Place Radio in the Green Room is brought to you by the word cute. Whatever you guys want to talk about, throw it at me.
Want to talk about the latest celebrities that haven't been accused of anything?
Yeah, no kidding, eh? This year's Oscars is going to be empty.
It's gonna be awkward.
It is so. It is going to be so small at the Oscars. They're just going to do it at like a food truck or something.
There's not going to be very much eye contact at this year's Oscars.
Oh my god.
So everybody's like, "Oh, it's nice carpet
I
here."
had to come back and just. Oh, that's so funny.
No, you know what all the celebrities
Grammys do,
you know all the celebrities that have died throughout the year. You know how they
Yeah.
go over them at the
Yeah.
end at the like at some point in the thing.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to show Kevin Spacey after he kills himself, or do you think?
I think they're just going to do a slideshow of all the careers that have died this year.
There's really going to be no one left on that red carpet. It's like it's going to be even emptier when
It's just going to be Tom Hanks.
interviewing himself.
Yeah, it's just him by himself. Him and Chris Hardwick or something. The second time he's been brought up. Anyway.
Have you heard Jesse Lacey is also one of them?
Yeah, I heard
Jesus.
that. I didn't read too much about it, but I got the gist of it.
Yeah, holy fuck, man! It's blown open the floodgates, like with what happened to Harvey Weinstein.
There's definitely
Like,
a lot of nervous. There's a lot of nervous celebrities out there.
Oh
today.
yeah, there is that. I've been thinking about that too. Just like they're just like kind of like their wives are just like, honey, you've been so distant lately. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Fine.
I'm not hungry. All right, so
Why are you looking up lawyers?
are you in the Trump administration?
I was just saying to Kale outside that I'm waiting for the accusations to come out against females, because there's always.
Well, there's been a couple of mails. Do you refill this, or is this just mine?
No, you pass it around. And,
I didn't know if I was supposed to take
you
the whole
can
thing.
take it off.
You can travel anytime you want and then pass it to me.
Ooh. Let's travel back to when I first saw American Beauty, and I wasn't creeped out by that.
I was creeped out by him in that anyway.
Oh man,
It was good. It was good. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Like I said to Brigham before, like it's not that far off from his character in that anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why he nailed it. It's creepy.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Not his type, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I still love K-Pax, but maybe now.
Okay, so-
I still haven't seen
something
that. I always thought I'd like it.
Great movie. They should reconsider the casting after 20 years. But, oh. So here's my question though. Like, so what do we do now? What do we do with someone like Kevin Spacey?
It's crazy how like there was some movie that they finished filming or something like that, and they were like,
The new Ridley Scott.
They had to recast it and get somebody else to redo all the scenes.
Yeah, Christopher
weird,
Plummer's
like,
gonna be filling in.
Uh,
I don't know if you want to.
it's weird too. I
House
saw
of
like
Cards is gonna be done
yeah, it's
as it should be.
It's one of those channels that I get on my like on antenna TV, but it's like the antenna version of like BET. It's called Bounce, but they always play like a lot of black programming,
Yeah,
But
Naturally.
they still play the Cosby Show. They still play the Cosby Show, and I'm just like, should they be doing this?
Is this
and
right?
then the other day they were playing a movie. I forget what movie it was. It was a decent movie, and there was like tons of people. I just kept seeing more and more famous actors, and I never heard of this movie. But then Kevin Spacey was like one of the main people, and I'm like.
You just breathe through the teeth. That's all you can do. Okay,
Well, the Cosby Show is done now. Maybe they'll put on something good. Sorry, Kevin Spacey.
Did you guys see?
Spacey
Apparently,
and then it's followed by Stand Up by Louis C.K.
Followed by Star Trek.
apparently
George
one,
Takei in it, whatever it is.
yeah,
I don't know, Star Trek, whatever one that is.
one of these guys,
The original.
one of these shows predicted Kevin Spacey too. I think it might have been Family Guy. Did
There's
you-
Family Guy.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Stewie was like naked running in a mall or something. He just
crazy.
escaped Kevin Spacey's house.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
they did the whole Caitlyn Jenner thing too.
Exactly,
Like,
but-
sorry,
and the
Bruce Jenner
Simpsons
is a
too.
woman.
And the Simpsons do all that shit too. And you know what? I think
Well, everybody
there's
knows.
more
like,
to it. There's more to
Everybody
it.
knows, like, well, Joe Rogan was saying that, like, with Bill Cosby, like, there was rumors, like, everybody kind of knew, they, didn't know to an extent or could prove anything, like, they weren't going to say anything because they didn't know, it was just all hearsay, but all of these things, like, people know, like, especially in that industry,
Yeah, a lot of people keep
talk,
quiet.
yeah.
Okay, so my question is, like, one of my favorite movies, especially during Christmas time, is The Ref. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
With Dennis Leary?
I'm not terribly familiar with it,
Yeah.
I just love when he punches outside.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Is that the one
Maybe,
where he
maybe
plays
Santa
hostage?
Claus and the Easter Bunny will take a fucking vacation next year.
I remember you just showing me that clip before, so that was my most I know about it.
Is it okay? I'm gonna pose this question to the both of you. I'm gonna start with our guest first, and then I'll give you a chance to answer this. What's the etiquette now? Like, what is? Can we still enjoy these movies? Like, I mean, Hollywood is burning up right now.
Peter would? Yeah. Did you ever catch that episode of Rogan where they show like all those old actors like actually hitting women in the scenes? You ever see that?
No.
I can't think of the Steve McQueen and Burt Reynolds.
Oh yeah.
You know, like so they were like actually.
I like how Kale said, "Oh yeah, to Burt Reynolds."
Yeah, well, dude, like
I saw him in person doing one.
they went back and watched these movies and like you know,
Yeah, it was all
like
common,
Rogan
right?
was like, "Holy shit, that's not like a fake hit."
Oh yeah.
No, he was like McQueen actually was smoking this chick. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Put some elbow into it.
So like things have changed. So I guess you can
Well,
still appreciate
things-
the movies.
Things have definitely changed, but like that has nothing that's actually in the movie itself. And whether or not Burt Reynolds and Steve McQueen ganged up on some chick to beat her in an alley, you know, that's also possible.
You ever heard about? Well, you ever heard about? I think it was Fatty Arbuckle. You
Yeah,
heard that story?
yeah.
You know that story I'm talking about?
No, but I want to.
I don't know the details. I think it was on like Rogan or something. They were talking about it. Like they, him and like they were partying or something. And this chick died because they put like a glass bottle up her ass and broke. It's like really, really.
As what
horrible
would
story.
happen when glass bottles break up people's asses.
Wow.
I think obviously, like, if you're talking about can you still enjoy the movies, like I'm sure there's. I'm just guessing, but I'm sure there's so many that'll either come out or so many that you don't know about. Or if you couldn't enjoy the movies just because somebody did something shitty, you couldn't really enjoy anything,
Right, and that's I like. It's too much energy to do that, and really, it reflects nothing on.
If you judge me, or pretty much anybody what they did as a teenager, you wouldn't be able to enjoy anything. they ever
To a
did.
degree, though, but we were just talking outside with the Lost Prophets. Like, I definitely stopped listening to them. You know what I'm
I never did in
saying?
the first place.
Like, I kind of like that song, but,
So you just stopped listening to that song?
No, I stopped listening. Like, dude, the guy's a sick bastard,
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. It's a tough one. I'm certainly not going to go searching for Kevin Spacey movies myself,
Well, and I to me, I really don't think I'm not going to stop watching The Ref. I'm not going to take it that far. Like, I will never watch anything that he's ever in again.
I hear you.
I'm certainly disappointed in him because I did like him.
Yeah.
But you gotta
as
be,
an actor,
you
he's
gotta
a
be
great
cool
actor.
with him because he's gay. So
No, and see, that's just like something that should be a joyous time for someone to free themselves of living in the closet, as Kevin Spacey has done for years. Everyone kind of suspected it.
I thought it was pretty much known.
Yeah,
But he never actually came out and said it. Like,
I didn't really know what it was. I mean, I never looked into it or paid attention, but I just thought it was like I knew he wasn't really out, but I thought it was just kind of known.
it's like Lance. It's like Lance and Out Cold. Like everybody knows, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But like it's usually a happy time, a joyous time. People are happy for you for coming out, but just like the way that he's come out is just like nobody cares now.
Yeah. Well, he tried to use it as
Tried to deflect it, like not the point. Like this is not the time, guy. But obviously,
even to say I was drunk, I don't remember. Like that might work on an adult, but not if it's a 14-year-old boy.
Right. If it was another adult, because I think
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey was like 26 at the time.
If
If it was another 26-year-old, or just at least like at the age of consent,
if he was 20 and he was 17 or something.
then it would just be harassment. But there's a whole other level
We're
now.
all human in this room, and we've all done stupid shit, especially when we're drunk. But that's fucked. That's crossing the line.
Yeah, and
that's
now-
way
and-
crossing the
and
line. You
what's-
can't just apologize for that shit.
So like what Harvey Weinstein has done for this whole movement, I think Kevin Spacey has kind of opened the floodgates of the whole like the pedophilia ring within Hollywood, because now you got Corey Feldman coming out talking about how Charlie Sheen raped Corey Haim on the set of Lucas. Like I grew up with that movie. I was a kid watching that movie, and now it's just been
Corey
like
Feldman's been saying it for a while, and I think it's been just by his behavior, it's been obvious for a lot longer.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
for sure.
But
Something happened to that kid.
You know
he should
what's crazy,
really
though?
stop performing on morning shows.
Right, yeah.
Well,
Just stop trying to be Michael Jackson.
you got it one day if you're like really just listen to all his albums. He has like 11 albums or something.
Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman has albums.
He has a lot, and they're all terrible.
Plural?
They're all terrible.
Oh, get rid of the town.
But it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But one thing that's very interesting, I was just watching, like I saw his police interview last week, the one with when they were asking about Michael Jackson,
Mhm.
and during the interview, he like dropped another name, and they
Oh, the other actor.
didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They were just like Michael Jackson, right? And anyway, so I watched another interview with Macaulay Culkin. He said the same thing. Nothing happened. Like, and then he's like, "Did we sleep in the same bedroom?" He said, "Yeah."
The same other actor, or just about Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
So
I thought you meant, like,
one of the
Macaulay Culkin
interesting
dropped
things.
the same other guy.
No. But what was funny was, you know, like they both said the same thing. Like, yeah, we slept in his bedroom. But Michael Jackson has a 2-story fucking bedroom.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not like what
Yeah, I was gonna say his bedroom. Yeah, it isn't just a cot in the middle of a closet. It's
it's like elevators and
Yeah,
shit.
it's
So,
just
But during the time that
Right.
like he was being scrutinized for his behavior with children,
Mhm.
he wasn't exactly making it better for himself because he had that Martin Bashir
oh yeah, that-
interview on ABC
Yeah.
where he was just like pretty much lived with Michael Jackson for like what a few days. Oh, I don't know if he actually lived with him, but like he was following him around. Like he went shopping with him. He spent numerous days
I
at,
remember that.
his ranch. But like there's that one scene where they're just in his bedroom and like a few kids are like in his bed, or I could be mixing. I don't think they're actually in his bed. They're in his bedroom, but he was saying that just like, yeah, I don't mind sharing my bed with children. Like,
yeah.
even as innocent as that may be, maybe you just shut the fuck up about
Well,
that.
that was
like, while
definitely
you're
his
being.
mistake, right? But I don't think he meant it like people took it.
Well, I think that
Yeah,
he
maybe
was.
meant just like during the day and using coloring books or something.
Yeah.
Like, let's just go sit on my 18,000 square foot bed. Like I said again,
belly
it's not-
down with the feet up.
I'm
like
sure
that.
his bed isn't tight quarters either.
Yeah.
It's probably just that bedroom's floor, or the bedroom floor is a bed.
I
all
would
levels.
like to see these awards actually give Corey Haim like a nod for
what?
man. He was like the biggest money making actor in his time. You know, of his.
You
like,
want like
from
the Oscars
prostitution?
to give?
yeah, fuck yeah, they
You mean
should.
from acting or making movies or from them pimping them out?
Can it be
I'm
both?
not even gonna respond to that, but you caught me off guard, sir. No, for his movies, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I hate to say it, but they should. They really should. You know, they kind of just alienated the guy.
Yeah, but don't you think they would have the year that he died? Was that 7 years ago now?
Perhaps, but all these dudes who probably raped him are like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, it just seems really weird. You
Yeah.
know? Like, to me, because you go back and like down the history pipe there and do like Mario Brothers and like,
Just use your
shit's-
time machine.
Yeah, we could do that. But I
We
mean,
just
like,
have.
I just think like if you look into it, man, his movies grossed. You know, like he did a big thing for.
Okay, it's been a while. Like, when was the last time you saw a Corey Haim movie?
Well, it's probably.
Been a
I
while.
don't remember him much.
20
from-
years.
I remember Corey Feldman, but I don't remember.
Did you ever see
Corey Haim
Lucas?
as much. No.
Lucas was a great movie.
License
But like,
to Drive. Heather
No.
Graham does not get older, by the way.
No.
That's crazy. She is in License to Drive.
is she really?
Yeah.
She probably gets
I used to
those,
love
She
that
plays
movie, man.
Mercedes.
She probably gets those Hollywood blood transfusions.
She does
The
not.
Keith Richards
age.
diet.
Yeah.
Like she-
the Mr. Burns, where he just gets young people's blood.
She does not age, man. That's all I gotta say.
Um,
It's unbelievable.
Well, I only asked like when the last time you saw one of his movies is because like it's been a while for me, so I don't really remember how good of an actor he was.
You're right. I'm just saying.
I don't think he's not
pay
necessarily
respects,
bad.
That's all I'm saying.
Lost Boys. You ever see Lost Boys?
No.
That's
That
a
was
great.
huge.
That's a great movie.
It was huge.
Still, I think that movie still holds up. I saw that a few years ago.
That's in like the top 100 movies.
Yeah.
I was looking at that the other day.
But Lu-
was,
Luke-
was that about the Hollywood industry?
Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even know about it?
I know the name-
Vampire
I know the name,
vampire
but-
movie.
Oh, okay.
Kiefer Sutherland's like the head vampire. It's like a small town that Corey Haim and his family moved to. Jason Patrick, the guy who played Keanu Reeves in Speed 2.
I know Speed too.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah,
think that's how it
that's-
works. I don't think he's playing Keanu Reeves. Jason Patrick played his older brother, Alex Winter, who played Ted. Oh no! Bill in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Not
You couldn't
Keanu.
think of the other one. Was it Keith?
Was it Keith?
Jimmy?
Was it Keith in Ted's Excellent Adventure? Anyway, if you have a chance, watch that shit. Lost Boys still holds up.
Yeah, I think so.
Even the oily, muscly guy playing the sax. Am I right, Brigham?
I don't know about that part.
It's just odd.
Well, like
It's
I
just
said,
where does that part come from?
License to
Like
Drive.
He-Man starts playing the sax at this beach party.
I still think License to Drive is an amazing movie. You know, and they were both in it.
I've got the Blown Away DVD up there, but I haven't even opened it. I think I've owned it for like 2 or 3 years now, and I haven't. Nicole Eggert's in that shit.
Oh, I used to love Nicole Eggert.
Everyone should. Listeners, look up, Google right now, Sugar Ray, lemonade and brownies.
And then when you're done,
That's
Google
it.
Nicole Eggert
I was
now.
going to look up who it was until you said that.
Don't-
I know who that is.
Well, she was in Baywatch too. Charles in Charge. She was.
Oh, yeah.
I love that show too.
Was she Jamie?
Yeah.
Jamie was
Yeah.
Jamie.
I like the sweaters in that show.
No, that's the Cosby Show.
No, the
Do you remember when I
Cosby Show
showed
is a
you
distant
that?
second.
Do you remember when I showed you that clip and like
It's a
Chuck
bold statement.
when she was on that
I can
game
say that
show?
now.
Do you remember that show?
The what?
I showed you that clip of Nicole Eggert on a game show in like the 80s or whatever.
No.
And the guy who was announcing said some like sketchy things that. You don't remember that? I
No.
showed you that here.
No.
Yeah, she was on this show. I forget. It was like a game show, and I don't know if it was Chuck Woolery.
It probably was. There's a 90% chance Chuck Woolery was the host for.
But he said
Richard
something like,
Dawson.
you know, as far as you know, if we were all standing there as he said it, we would have cracked up type thing, you know. Either way,
What did he say?
It was like those Family Feud things where like
don't
a
remember.
couple things happen and now they just gear it towards that. Like, you know, like they've had a few like viral videos because somebody said something racy.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be like this wholesome show. But I watched it recently and they just like really.
Oh, the
they
newlywed.
just, no, I don't know. What do you mean? The question or the show?
The show.
No,
think
the
it-
Family Feud show.
Oh, Family Feud. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I wasn't.
The
I'm gonna feel like an idiot when I hear this in playback.
like it was more like I think more so in the Steve Harvey like now where they've had a few where it's kind of like, you know, family and wholesome, but then they made it like somebody would accidentally say something,
Maybe
know,
like
sexual,
sex-
or there's like drug stuff, like there's like that thing like name something that you pass around and the guy buzzes in and says a joint.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey acts all astonished for 12 minutes.
Even though they probably
Uh,
got that guy to say that.
Well, like some of the first few seem kind of organic, but now like if you watch it now, they just purposely gear the questions towards something like that.
Well, don't
It's
you
like
think-
I don't know, name something that bends over or something like something blatantly just trying to get sexual stuff out
Yeah,
of
but
it.
don't you think
Miss
that a
Parker.
lot of that just for ratings could be all staged? Like
Yep.
everyone has their answers that they're gonna say. You know,
Yeah.
they probably have cards in front of them. This is your answer for this next one.
Yeah, it just seemed like it started out kind of organic. Like there were a few that weren't like really questions. That, I mean, the pass around thing is more obvious that it would be a joint, but there's some other like somebody really
How
stretched.
about a
and-
time machine bag?
Well,
Pass that around.
the one that I'm talking about, the Newlywed Game. I think it was the Newlywed Game from like way back when, like 80s or maybe 70s or something like that. You know that one game in it where the one partner in the relationship answers a certain amount of questions.
and they try to
That was a
guess.
great
And,
show.
and they write them down on cards
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something,
it was
and
a
then they
show.
come. The other one comes back out.
I was gonna ask if that was what the show was.
Excellent show.
It like, oh fuck, no, I'm not. No. Maybe it wasn't the card section of it, but I think the question was, it was just a normal question in the show. It was, what was the most painful place that you've had whoopee? Because that's back in the day what they
Yeah.
called sex, whoopee.
Painful.
Painful, or like, or awkward, or whatever it was. So,
That sounds like-
you're expecting someone to say car or
That sounds like they're
something.
trying to get you to tell them about a rape.
Well, no,
They say that on Mallrats. I saw that yesterday.
This one time I was auditioning for a Harvey Weinstein movie.
you expect them to say something like a car seat or a locker,
Right, yeah.
or you know, just
Like in the back of a
World War
Volkswagen?
II plane, you know. But so like this woman was asked like, what was the most awkward or whatever the question was? What was the most
Yeah.
crazy awkward
experience.
you've had sex in? And she says the butt. And back then, for a show that like back in the day.
long time ago.
I know they were not expecting that.
Was it
So,
like 70s or?
70s or 80s. It was like when the Newlywed Game
I think it was.
was it Chuck
70s,
Woolery
bro.
or was it that Wink Martindale?
You know, I don't know, but it was. I think it was around like in different times, so it might have been both. But
I think they did like bring it back in the 90s.
That
or
was-
something.
With Chuck Roll.
Yeah,
I think
that's when Chuck Woolery would have done it.
All right, boys. I'm gonna cut.
Like,
I'm gonna cut in right here. I really gotta pee,
All right.
but we're not gonna make any edits. So I'm just gonna put the mic down. You guys
Okay.
can converse amongst yourselves.
Right.
Pizza.
Well, I was gonna.
Pizza.
Yeah.
What do we want?
You know what I want.
Ooh.
We go through this every week.
He wants whoopee on that.
I want the stock photo of pizza.
What don't you
Pepperoni
like?
and cheese.
Green pepper. You don't like green peppers and mushrooms?
Right.
Extra
Okay.
I don't like either of
anchovies.
them. I don't care for green peppers, and I despise mushrooms.
Wow. Wow. So what do I do? What am I getting? What do you want to just go? You want to go simple for Kid Gorgeous over here and just go pepperoni pizza?
I
You
don't
can
care.
do a half, whatever.
Halfer?
Whatever.
You want to do halfer?
Pretty
Super?
simple.
Super halfer?
I'm cool
It's
with
great
whichever,
radio.
man.
Super halfer? Large?
Sure.
You made a large? Okay.
Don't say that because I'll make it Boston style.
Okay.
Chicago style.
All right. I'm going pee, and I'm going to order the pizza. You guys talk amongst yourself and make sure there's talking because I don't want to.
Yeah, we're gonna sit, look into each other's eyes until you get back.
Okay.
We're gonna work on this time machine. So I was gonna say about the game shows too. I also my antenna TV that I get, not the TV, but I have an antenna for the TV. There's one station on there. Like they have a whole bunch of stations that play a lot of old shit. So they have like all the old sitcoms and whatever. But one's the actual just old game shows, and a lot of everything from like sometimes it's stuff in the '90s, but a lot of times they'll have like I don't even know what the games were.
You gotta love that antenna TV, man.
Yeah, I don't remember what the game shows were exactly, but they had like literally ones from like the 50s and shit like that. It's like it's a grainy black and white. And these people, they all got like it was like the first time they had thick black frame glasses.
Oh, they have them again.
Yeah, I know. Well, I kind
Every
have some.
feminist
I
wears
don't
them.
have the newest style. I have the 2010 version. I need new glasses. But yeah, there's a lot of good. Sometimes there's really nothing to watch on it. Like I get like maybe 20 channels or something like that. And
Just with your
like something
antenna though,
like,
right?
yeah, there's a lot of times I just kind of put something on for the background.
You do
but-
get some cool shit on it. My brother has that.
Yeah, like I 90% of the time watch the comedy channel. It's called Laugh, and they play. There's a lot that I don't care for, like Empty Nest is. I don't know if they still play that or not. They were like it's bearable at best,
My
but
God,
it's
I
a bad
remember
it's a bad sitcom. But
That was the
there's
guy
like
with he was the doctor. Or
yeah,
whatever.
the two daughters. or
Yeah,
whatever,
and one of those daughters went like crazy in like real life or
Oh,
something.
did she?
Yeah, the
Which
curly
one?
haired one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the hot one or the annoying one?
The hot one.
uh,
Well, they both were kind of annoying. I don't know.
one was like normal. The other one was just like super loud and annoying and I don't know, over bubbly.
This week I watched Man on the Moon like 3 times,
Yeah,
and I watched everything
I've
ever on Andy Kaufman.
I've never seen it. I don't really know much about him.
Dude, he was a genius.
I did watch. I think I just have seen some of that movie. but,
Genius. I have to give this mic back to
Yeah.
Step
Steve,
one.
Andy Kaufman, yay or nay?
What do you mean?
Dude, he's a
Like,
fucking
do you know
genius.
much about him? I don't.
Not really. I mean, I saw Man on the Moon when it came out,
yeah.
so
I've seen some of
I
that.
probably know
It's
more
more.
about him from that movie than because I never got into Taxi. I intend to watch it.
I almost went to drink my
Awesome
microphone.
show.
I came up like this.
I never got into Taxi, but it's a show that I've always kind of wanted to check out because everyone
Yeah.
who knows that show says it's
And
fucking
everybody in
hilarious.
it. Yeah. I think
And it's
I
like-
think I've seen it a few times when I was
Everyone's
a kid. I
in
think
it,
maybe
man.
My dad watched it when I was a kid or something. Yeah.
Andy Kaufman, Danny DeVito, who
Yeah.
pretty much he's playing the same character now, and It's Always Sunny.
No. Oh, yeah.
Christopher Lloyd, Tony Danzer,
Danzer.
Danzer,
Dancer,
Ghost. Is that
Moner,
Moner,
Angela,
Angela,
Jonathan. Who's the chick? What was her name?
Alyssa Milano.
No.
No,
Taxi.
on Taxi.
Oh, yeah, Alyssa
Mary.
Milano. I'm too afraid to lose face, so
I
I'm sticking with
I
it.
literally just
I
watched the
think it was
episode
Alyssa
the other night where Andy Kaufman's character Latka, he got these cookies, his grandma's cookie recipe.
Do you know this show?
Taxi?
Yeah.
I love Taxi.
Okay, so you're probably one of the ones because I think. Fuck, someone else just recently told me, maybe my brother, but yeah, I think you might have been one of the ones who told me that it's a great show.
It really is.
Yeah.
And like this episode, I just watched Andy Kaufman. His grandma's cookie recipe had coca leaves in it, and Christopher Lloyd's character, Jim character, he was like a big stoner. So like at the one point in the show, like Danny DeVito was like, "What are these cookies?" And like he gives it to Christopher Lloyd, and he just like sniffs it, takes a little nibble, he's like, Peru. Like he knew exactly where the drug came from and what it does. And it's, you know what, it is one of the best shows ever. But I would love to see the actual scene where Andy Kaufman gets fired. Well, as Tony Clifton, he gets fired because Tony Danza, I guess he filmed this whole altercation on this old school camera he had. Yeah, so
I heard something about that recently. How he had two characters or something, like two people in real life that he acted on.
Oh,
So sometimes he would be on the show as Tony Clifton.
he fucked. His whole agreement was that like, yeah, he'll do Taxi, but Andy Clifton has to be on 4 shows. And like when he would show up, or Tony Clifton, when he'd show up as Tony Clifton, he'd bring like hookers and like he literally got in a fight with Judd Hirsch.
Yeah, I heard about
because
this recently on like a
he was
podcast.
yelling that he had the biggest contract and stuff, and Judd Hirsch like went at him. I guess like
Yeah.
Andy Kaufman was a genius. He
Seemed
was
like it'd be
way
a-
before his time.
Seemed
He
like
had
it'd be a
the-
hard guy to get along with.
He had the intergender wrestling championship belt. He fought women. Like, I don't know. To me, he was way before his time. He was incredible, man.
Yeah.
So
You think he's dead?
that's a good question. I don't know, but his family still kind of fucks with people about that.
Yeah.
They really do.
I don't know anything about that. I was just about to ask how did he die?
Lung cancer.
Yeah. But again, it was him. So like,
Yeah, really.
like it's the
He might-
boy
he might
who
be-
cried wolf.
He might be Donald Trump.
He was the boy who cried wolf, and like, you know, even Danny DeVito said in this interview I watched, like, you know, certain cast members from Taxi were like poking him in the coffin. Yeah, like people.
It was actually an open coffin.
Yeah,
Just real quick.
an open coffin.
Andy.
Oh, damn it!
Just standing behind him.
What did I say?
You said coffin. You might have said coffin.
What did I mean? It's open coffin, right? Open casket.
Yeah,
Coffin.
but
Open
Andy
coffin?
Coffin. Yeah, so
Open coffin.
Did I say open coffin?
I thought
No, I
you
said
did.
coffin. I said coffin.
You said coffin. I thought you said coffin.
Yeah, I
and
said
I
coffin.
said it, and now we've all said it.
Don't put
but-
letters in my mouth.
I don't know, man. He was definitely a genius, and
Well, he just lied and bullshitted and troll. He was the
Yeah.
first troll.
he was the
Yeah, yeah.
best troll.
He was the first ever troll.
He was the best troll there was, and unfortunately, it was before his time. It didn't work out for him, but
And he married Courtney Love, and he just like it's crazy, man. What a life.
Jim
And I think he
Carrey.
met
Jim
her 'cause
Carrey
he
couldn't get an
fought her.
Oscar playing him.
Oh, he didn't even get a nod.
I don't know.
well, the movie Jim and Andy, the documentary comes out this week, I believe, on the 17th on Netflix.
Episode 17 in the green room is brought to you
It's-
by Jim and Andy.
It's literally just Jim Carrey off set during that movie because he turned into Andy Kaufman
Oh right. Yeah.
and Tony Clifton, and he like crashed cars and fucked with people, like threw bottles at people. Like he turned into this guy.
Oh, really.
According to DeVito, like
I always thought.
Kaufman was there. You know,
Yeah.
he took over Carey, but
I just had to look him up because I couldn't remember what he actually like looked at, what it looked like.
he was,
Dude,
he was
He
great.
looked like Jim Carrey.
yeah.
The first, like he was on SNL. Actually, you know what? There's a sketch that you guys would love. It was this
That's when he does Mighty Mouse, right?
Yes.
On SNL, yeah.
yes, which was
It's,
a
it's in the movie, that's why I know.
great
it.
troll, right? But there was this live Friday night show, which is in the movie. I'm sure you saw this, but Michael Richards is one of the comedians, and they were supposed to play like they're in a restaurant, and everyone goes to the bathroom to smoke weed because they all don't want to mention it to everyone else.
Okay.
But when Kaufman came out, he wouldn't play Stone, so he fucked the whole scene up. And Michael Richards actually was like, you know, clearly pissed, and he walked over and grabbed the cue cards and threw them at Kaufman.
Yeah.
Dropping N-bombs.
Yeah, no, he didn't do that yet. But
Called him an N-bomb.
I mean, like, what Kaufman did was crazy. So
He literally said N-bomb.
Yeah. Anyone who's listening to this, I beg you to look into Andy Kaufman. That guy was a genius. And to me, just the
And he went to the moon, apparently.
I think so. He's goofing on Elvis. But the like
He was great in Ace Ventura.
for me, it's like I don't know if I could live my life like that and not give a fuck about anything and just
Don't you?
no, I do. You know, man,
He gives too much of a fuck.
yeah, like I don't
he has
like
the opposite
people
problem.
looking at me, but Kaufman would have like, I'm afraid of vomiting. He would have just did it and then stared at everyone. You know?
He would have ate it.
Oh, okay, let's not go there.
So all these people that give zero fucks, like you just take on all their fucks. Is that how that works? Because the fucks have to go somewhere,
the world
right?
has to balance.
You know, it's not like vaporize on
like
that movie Envy. Like, where does the poo go? Like, where does the fucks go? Like, if
There's
person,
balance.
if
You have
person
to,
X gives zero fucks, someone's got to give fucks, so it all dumps on you.
it's like a small plane. You can't just have everybody and all the luggage on one side of the plane, or you won't be able to fly it.
That's true.
Exactly.
So that's
That's
my
beautiful,
analogy.
man.
And also, if you take some shit and some fuck, and you put it on your wall.
The fuck shit stack.
Yep, that's what happened.
Is that what you're talking about there?
And actually,
Reggie Watts?
Reggie Watts, actually, I believe he won the Andy Kaufman Award like 4 years ago or something.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got to do that?
Is that just
Just
the
have
weirdest,
cool-
I'm
weirdest
not sure,
comedian-
but
the
every year
weirdest
there's an
comedian
Andy
of the year?
Kaufman
Yeah.
thing. So.
Like original, craziest
I
comedian. weirdest
guess,
comedian.
yeah.
What the word I'm looking for is eccentricist.
You know what I hate?
How do you say the most eccentric? Is that just most eccentric? There's no ist
The
version
most
of it?
eccentric.
You
Yeah,
can't-
eccentric.
you can't be the-
eccentricist. Just
You can't be
sounds
the
stupid.
eccentricist.
I'm gonna go inside for
I
a
like
moment,
that, but
make
I
sure
don't-
that everyone's car is still there
Okay.
and that the tire pressure is good.
What's
Okay.
that?
I'm gonna have a cigarette.
Oh, no, you can't.
We'll switch off on that.
Then I'm yeah.
Just smoke it here.
I'm not smoking in your.
This is an unedited episode, man.
You don't want people smoking in your house.
All right, fine. Get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
right. Like, dude, stop trying to make me be. I could be Andy Kaufman. Like, thank you very much.
Are you done?
That's
Can you give me, when you come back down, can you give me ice?
That's agreed.
When you come back down.
Ice? How much ice?
It's in the
6
little.
cubes.
It's in the little silver bowl in the freezer.
You want me to bring you the bowl?
No, just get.
Just carry 3 with your hands.
Are your hand? Yeah. Are your hands copacetic? Or just bring it to the bowl.
Just bring out one and just like clench your fist the whole time. So by the time you get here, just let the water fall into this.
Copacetic.
You ever see that scene in Road Trip with the French toast? Do that with the ice
I
cubes.
will do that. Already been done. They're melting right now.
It's good.
What's that guy's
so
name? I
gross.
can't remember his name. Horatio.
Horatio Sands.
Yeah, the scenes are good. Just the way he throws it up and just pulls out the elastic.
Kale, what do you got for me?
$6.
Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting a dollar amount.
So, just me and you.
Just me and you.
Yeah.
Hosts.
I hope the mics aren't picking up the chair.
I hope they are. Did you see me pouring my drink earlier?
No.
I was just like dipping the microphone right in the cup.
Oh.
And it's probably not going to pick up, but because we got
I farted into the mic once, but it was silent.
which mic?
Ears. It was when you went to the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah, there's fart in that.
No, you're good.
I'm kidding, of course.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I'm not that kind of guy.
because then your fart would get
Unless I'm
stuck in
drunk.
my mustache, and
Yeah.
that's just no good.
You should fart and break him with mic. Well, there's no muff on it. I won't be able to absorb as much. Just put it up your ass.
You know what you gotta get into? And I guess I'm plugging another podcast on this podcast. But Cashing In with TJ Miller. But yeah. I need more to listen to. I've been well, I finally looked up Nerdist. Yeah, so I've been listening to that. Those are good. There's a lot of great. There's just so many, and there's so many great people. A lot of great shows. So I finally looked that up. So in the search, I just typed in Nerdist, so that came up, and then it just gives you all these other shows. Yeah, well, those are. So I got. It's also a network too. That's how I discovered Cashing In. It's TJ Miller. That's what Pete Holmes is on that. Yeah, network. Yeah, I know. cashing in is T.J. Miller and this other comedian, Cash Levy. Right, I don't know if you ever heard of this. I heard of the name. But the whole show revolves around, like, it's them two at all times, right? And it's just absurd talking it's like an hour episode. Yeah. Just absurd conversations. You gotta get into the show, man. Yeah, I think you're gonna love it. Each and every show, they play it off like it's Cash Levy's show and T.J. Miller's just always the guest. Right. Just like, and my guest today is T.J. Miller. Like, oh, thanks for having me, man. I love when I'm around here. Yeah. But just like the shit that look it up, man. Yeah. Is that the guy with the curly hair? Puffy hair? Yeah.
Denver! He's the Mucinex voice.
He's in the Goon too.
Yeah, the Mucinex.
And he's awesome in it.
Commercial with like the blob of phlegm that's falling to people around.
I don't know if you've ever seen the Goon, but I watched it again. I'm like, I gotta tell.
I think it's just
always
Goon.
Talks about him.
Isn't it just Goon?
No, there's Goon. There's part 2.
Yeah, but it's not the Goon. Okay. It's Goon.
I think
it's part 2.
Yeah,
I just saw part 1 recently.
He plays like the sports desk guy, and he's awesome. Like he's just like sports desk.
I saw the
Denver pink on the inside. Like, and
it's in the PS.
He's like, oh shit! Like it's awesome. It's such a great role for him. But
yeah, the first Goon, the Trailer Park Boys guys ran it like briefly.
Yeah, they were.
But yeah. You ever see? Jay Baruchel said he directed an episode of Trailer Park Boys too. I don't know which one, but
on when he was on Marin.
Yeah.
I didn't like his character in part 2 though.
No.
You remember how he said?
The same guy.
You seen part 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the same guy.
Who was Sean William Scott?
You remember how he talks about like his weird cousin stripper with the coke nail, or whatever? Like how she wanted to bang him. He ends up like in the movie like he lives in her hotel and he really changed his character up, but still it was a great movie, man. I wasn't trying.
You ever see Cloverfield?
No.
Hey, did you give me ice?
Fuck.
Come
yes,
on, man.
I did.
Come on, man.
But
you haven't seen Cloverfield?
Were you fucking with me about Cabin in the Woods?
Why? What do you mean?
Was it really like one of your top movies?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
I can watch that until my brain dries out.
I thought you were fucking with me. So
no,
I didn't watch it.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
It's different.
I will watch it
without trying to give it away.
We've already given it away by saying that it's different. Right? It's fucking awesome. Because I went into it just with the title of the movie.
Me too. I thought it was gonna be like Evil Dead or something like that. No, I just didn't know.
Well, just a run of the mill horror movie.
Yeah,
Like I was with a couple of my cousins, and it just like it
even starts out that way on purpose. Like you have all the cliche characters.
Yeah. But that's like watching most of the movie. I'm sure I was.
Who cares about spoilers? It's been out for like 10 years, right?
What?
5-6 years?
What?
People have had time to see it.
Cabin in the Woods. Yeah, but let's not give anything away because I still want Brigham to see it.
But like they have like the cliche stoner guy that you think is going to get killed in 5 minutes,
in the freezer
but doesn't without giving it away too much.
Yeah,
that just gave it away more.
I can say that when I was watching it. I had a few pops in me, I was having some bevies that night. I had some beverages, some drinks,
some Beverleys.
Yes,
I'm gonna start calling them that.
And I didn't care. Like the movie was just in the background. Like I didn't care. So we were just having conversation, and it's just like I don't care.
I think I saw it.
And I don't even remember
the theater. I think
I don't even remember what the part was, and even if I did, I can't say it. But like, there's just something that happened in the movie. It just like. I was locked in. I'm just like, oh. The rest of the movie, I was just like, I was into it. And like, I think it was like 2 days later, like I just bought it myself.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I think at one point
Cabin in the Woods.
I'll watch it.
At one point I thought I just wasn't paying attention for a minute, and then the projector fucked up and they were playing a different movie.
I thought you were trolling me.
I'm gonna slowly progress. I'm gonna progressively spoil the movie more throughout the night. So if you don't want to, just go watch it now and then come back.
We can do that next week. We can all three of us. We can watch Cabin in the Woods in the dark, and then we'll come down here and we'll do one of these again, and we'll just talk. It'll just be like a half an hour to 2.5 hour conversation about Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah. As a Billy Madison fan, I enjoyed it even more.
Okay, I can't wait for you to connect these dots.
No. You don't know?
Billy Madison?
Yeah. The guy from Billy Madison.
Oh, Brad.
I don't know his actor name, but
is it Brad Whitford? that his name?
I don't know. I just said I don't know his name.
I think it's Bradley Whitford. He's in
Eric,
West Wing.
Eric from
Yeah, Eric.
a little Weasley laugh. I think he does the Weasley laugh in Cabin in the Woods too. I'm sure he does.
Yeah, he's good in that.
I don't know if he does, but I'll bet
He's good in Get Out. Have you seen Get Out yet?
I haven't, but it's been pretty much spoiled for me.
What, Get Out?
Through just everybody talking about
Oh,
it,
yeah.
just on podcasts. Like it's been brought up in like.
So you know what happens?
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to. I don't want to spoil it on this podcast.
Pretty much, yeah.
So we won't talk about it. But you should still see the movie, man. I said too much.
But when
I'm gonna edit this
I
part
told
out.
you about it because you were when you said you. I don't know. It was after you saw it or something, but from what was it, a couple of years ago, Jordan Peele on.
Pete Holmes, yeah.
Just how he was just talking about. I think at the point he had just finished like writing it or something like that, or they had just finished filming it or started filming it or something like that. But they're like, he was just in production stage there, and he couldn't say much about it. He was just talking about how he was working on a horror movie.
Yeah.
And like I was, still catching up on all those episodes, the Pete Holmes episodes. So
And
at
the time-
this was, I heard that, and then there was like 2 weeks later, I started seeing the commercials for this movie coming out by Jordan Peele.
And
Yeah, I just heard about that.
the title of it was slightly different.
Right,
There's
I think
Get
it's
Out of Here.
yeah, something. Get out of the house.
What's this movie
Get Out
called?
the House.
It's called Get Out of the House. I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Was it the one you had that big rant on Facebook about seeing?
Get Out?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
He does that.
Is that
for
the guy
all
from-
movies that he sees.
Even if it's mediocre.
Yeah.
You definitely can see this movie or not. But definitely,
He did it for Fast and
definitely
Furious.
do it or not.
He did it for Fast and
Definitely,
the Furious 5.
definitely make a decision on seeing this or not.
It.
This is an okay movie.
Steve's review. Consider it.
You just made me
Half
think
mass.
of.
You know the porn movie like reviews. It's like the
Yeah,
erect
yeah.
penis, like
Yeah.
or like a 90-degree
Semi.
one will be just like
Yeah,
the
it's just-
best, and then like
It was out, but still drooped.
Nobody wants to star in a movie with a flaccid penis. Five flaccid penises as you're scoring.
You guys.
It was out, but it was looking at the ground.
That's
Sorry.
the quote.
You guys just made me think. I'm going back to Kaufman, but one of the things he did in his special. If you saw the movie, I'm sure they mention it. But
You know they put a man on the moon in that movie.
The dark side of the moon.
He
We landed on the moon!
in his special, he purposely had the guy fuck with the vertical hold, so that people would go to their televisions and be upset.
That was the thing I saw in the movie.
That's
That's the only
crazy.
thing I remember about Man in the Moon.
That's
when he
hilarious.
was doing that, where he wanted to fuck with the tracking, so it looked like he was just
Yeah.
jumping all the time. But everybody was like, "You can't do that."
But that's genius, man.
It's definitely trolling.
Yeah, he was good. I want you guys to know too. I've been playing trivia on Tuesday nights at a bar.
Well, it sounds like you're coming out of the trivia closet or something. I want you
No.
guys to know.
No,
I brought you here
No,
I
together.
don't want you to think of me any differently.
What's really cool is like
Still the same.
I'm
old
glad.
Brigham.
I'm glad we're podcasting tonight because I want this to go to everybody.
our team name. Our team name is fucking awesome, and I'm gonna get shirts made. But it's called. Our team is called the Stephen Hawking School of Dance.
Right, that's not bad.
Took me a second.
Oh, it made me laugh so hard. So I want that T-shirt now. Stephen Hawking School of Dance.
What's the logo?
I don't know. I'll figure
Yeah.
it out. It's probably just him
A
in the
wheelchair with wings.
Just him, just being him. On the beach, the spacey, whatever. But I'm telling you, man,
a mirror ball sitting in a wheelchair.
it's actually been pretty fun, man. I've enjoyed this trivia,
That's a slow burn right there.
and my team never loses.
It made me laugh once I thought of the light bouncing off of it.
And then the wheelchair just up like this and just like spinning.
Like motion lines around it.
It's actually pretty fun, and we've won every time I've gone. It's pretty sweet.
Where is this at?
The clubhouse in Tecumseh.
Every week.
Every Tuesday. Yeah, I guess a lot of bars do it, but like we won $50 every week, so it's cool. We go there, get a couple free beers. And...
Are you trying to recruit us?
No. Our team's too good. Our team's
Wow.
full.
Wow.
I was kidding.
Well,
but
then
our
Kale
team's
and I
good.
are going
So I
to
think we're gonna
build our own
I think we're
team.
gonna have to knock you off your throne.
The problem is,
Kale, We gotta find how many
we gotta
people.
find two
Hold
more.
on, how many people?
Find two more. We just show up
Max
with like
is 6.
we show up with like 4 doctors, just random, like a doctor, a scientist, a mathematician.
We
That's
just
that
gotta-
guy that won Jeopardy 17 times.
Yeah,
We have Ken Jennings, I guess.
He's the only one that we get. That's what
Yeah,
okay, we're good.
We don't even do anything. We're just drinking the whole
We're
time.
at the bar drinking.
Doing shot. He hears in the background yelling.
You get Ben
Yeah,
Stein.
Ken!
Actually show up with Stephen Hawking. That'd be even fucking better.
Yeah.
We're fucked. You were going
We're
down.
What is
Ha ha.
No, and then we all just kind of like we just stand off in like the sidelines and just watch Ken Jennings and Stephen Hawking just
Yeah, we
break dance fighting.
It's like
Yeah.
the episode of The Simpsons when they're playing tennis and they both started getting ringers, and then it just ended up being it was like Andre Agassi and I don't know, another tennis player. I don't know tennis player. And then it was like Serena, the
Sampras or
Serena
something?
sisters that were playing for the other side of the team. Because like Marge and Homer were became rivals. So they both like first Marge had Bart on his teams, and then Homer got Lisa.
Yeah.
And then they somehow somebody started it with like getting a pro on the team, and then they just slowly replaced the whole team, and then there was just all pros playing against each
Oh,
other.
yeah, I remember.
So it's just,
the
yeah, it's
baseball one.
just us in the crowd, but then it's Stephen Hawking and Ken Jennings going back and forth.
And we're all kind of just friends again, just drinking at the bar, doing shots.
Yeah, yeah. We leave. We don't even see the ending.
Guys,
You guys have to carry this conversation for a pee and a smoke.
I'm gonna okay. Then I'm gonna.
smoke?
I don't know. Maybe not. Let's see.
Using my mic because you know we recorded on
Oh no, it's just I can actually hear this one. This one you gave me is weak. I know it wasn't you. I'm sorry, I called you up.
So Brigham.
Nobody can hear my
Steve.
side of the conversation.
So Brigham, we're now mid-November. We're inching our way towards Christmas.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on the war on Christmas?
The war on Christmas.
You know what I'm talking about? Just like
No.
it's those signs that you see, the defenders, the Christians, the signs that you
yes.
see in the front lines saying putting Christ back in Christmas, and people, most people, like most progressive people these days, they prefer just to say Happy Holidays because there's a plethora,
Yeah.
a litany of holidays going on around the same time. So what are your thoughts on the whole thing?
I'd say Christians have a point.
Okay.
But, I think every holiday is turned into nonsense.
Absolutely.
Like, I saw a comedian once say that. Like, he was like, and Jesus resurrected and then was like, find these eggs I've hidden, like chocolate eggs. It's all become
Here's a
business.
giant, oversized rabbit.
I think we talked about this a couple weeks back, but I often wonder how much candy kids would eat if these holidays would fuck off and not just gear it to junk. You know what I mean?
Are you saying it's purposely
Of course it is,
fattening the youth, keeping them lazy?
Of course it is, but I mean, like I'm like serious. Like I get Halloween. Sounds like pizza guy.
Can't be.
No? Are you sure?
I don't know. Who is it?
Halloween was all about free candy and everything, but like kids don't even like you guys watch 7 because they don't care anymore. They have enough candy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Parents will take them to the dollar store.
Yeah.
Silly.
So what? But going back to the war on Christmas.
I wish Christmas would be a little lighter than
Well,
what it is.
well, see, I can see it from both sides, but I just think both sides are as annoying because it's.
I'll give you that.
Because I say Merry Christmas because it was just the norm. It had no religious value to me, even growing up, because I never came from a religious family, so it never had. It was the story, I knew the story. We had a nativity set that we set up every Christmas, but it was all a story to me, we were never religious. So I say Merry Christmas just because that's what we did when we were kids.
Yeah,
But
same here.
I can definitely understand the argument to how excluding it may feel to like people of other faith or whatever, like when people say Merry Christmas. So I definitely get that. So I understand and I can appreciate and I adhere to, you know, respecting everything. I don't say Happy Holidays to anyone. But I don't say Merry Christmas anymore. I think I'm just.
I do.
I'm done. But what I hate is the people that, like, when I say, for example, when I work customer service, when I worked at Home Depot, there was always those people that, like, once the transaction was finished, they would be like, okay, and they would make sure to look me right in the eye and say, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Holy
I
shit.
didn't know you ordered. I was just taking a piss and you just started knocking.
Wow, that came quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so the pizza is here. But anyway, like I think I'm just sick of both sides, pretty much. Just like, you know, like the people who have to make sure to say Merry Christmas and the other ones that
Yeah.
are too afraid to say Merry Christmas. Like, so it's just and like you said too, and it's less about the religion now, and it's
Totally.
absolutely
It's-
about consumerism.
That's all it is. Like,
And-
you feel like a bag of shit if you show up with like a $10 gift and someone got
Absolutely.
you a $40 gift.
Absolutely, and it's stupid to think
Yeah.
that way, but I'm like that too.
Oh, me too. Like, how can you not be? You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know. Like, in my honest opinion, like they need to keep that holiday around, you know, for people to continue to work and, you know, make
Yeah,
the
but
money.
I think it's always just gonna go like this. It's always gonna do the back and forth. You know, the Christians, you know, the keep Christ in Christmas, and the people that are pushing more for progressive happy holiday, and it's always gonna go like this.
You're right. I would love to know the actual birthday of Christ, though, because that I mean, for years I thought it was Christmas.
Do you think he was a real person?
I think so, but
Well,
I mean,
because as soon
that's-
as I learned the fact that his story is just going along with all these stories before it,
yeah,
like
it's
that
a tough one.
completely blows all the integrity out of the water. Like now to me, ever since I learned that, I'm like, okay, I get it. He wasn't even a real person. He was just an idea.
Perhaps not.
Idea of
I
a
don't know.
pious person.
I've not really taken it as a religious thing.
What?
I just think it's like Christmas. I mean, obviously it is, but I mean, its purpose is good just for.
Oh, it is a
family,
religious
family,
thing,
whatever.
Christmas.
I know it is religious.
Completely.
Just saying, I never looked at it that way. I didn't look at it as celebrating Jesus' birthday, which is the time that you got the time of the year that you saw people that you only saw that time of year. You know, an excuse to get.
Oh, you're turning that up now.
I think mine's way too loud now.
I think.
They sound like the Wizard of Oz.
Dorothy.
How do all the peaks look?
Dorothy.
Fine.
I'm trying.
It's low. Everything's low.
You know what
Everything's
though?
low?
I
Just
you ever watch like Christians fight, like on Facebook or anything?
I don't know. Wasn't that most of the Bible?
Here's a better question. You
Yeah.
ever see two giraffes fight? Holy shit!
It's crazy because it happened this week. Actually, I've seen two things recently.
Just like two people fist fighting, or like a war?
No, like, okay, a friend of mine in California posted that Joel Osteen was coming to this church or whatever, and that I don't want to say hate he got, but it was like Christian hate he got. So it was like people like just calling out Joel Osteen and then like posting
Everybody just started judging him.
Bible verses, but they all have Bible verses. So then he would come back with a Bible verse against it. And then we went back and forth, and I noticed, like, it was weird. And the other day, they announced this, like, $1 a gram tax for the weed next year.
Yeah.
And so I was scrolling through the, you know, the people who commented, and someone said something about, you know, you're all sinners, you need to repent. This is, like, the devil's weed, and, you know, this and that. So I simply posted a question, like, well, how come...
Do you drink tea or coffee or?
Well, I didn't even do that. I just said
Do
how.
you eat lettuce?
I said how come
This mic's way too loud.
cannabinoids are in our DNA? How come it's
was in the breast milk. How come
DMT is in our brain.
we have? Yeah, well, that I don't even want to get that deep with people like this. But the answer kept coming back like, well, we were created in God's image and this and that. And I said, well, is that a sick joke then God played on us? If the cannabis is true?
Forbidden apple.
And basically just like it was people going back with Bible verses the whole time. It was like, no,
It was just like
Isaiah says this.
freestyle battle rap.
Pretty much.
With Bible verses.
But I mean, like, it's a big giant circle of nothing. Like, no one wins in the end.
Yeah,
they
really.
all believe they know or they can. I don't know.
Just go
It
back
drives
and
me
forth with
nuts.
different- Yeah.
But I mean, it's like that with non-religious people too. But I mean, I find it pretty interesting when people fire back verses with each other.
Or looked at Christmas that way.
I did.
Every like a little bit of religion stuff here and there, in a Christmas Carol or something. But, just like the star on top
My
of the
mom-
tree and everything.
we had
that's such
the sign.
ridiculous all day anyway. Like just
We had the
cut down
sign.
a tree and bring it into your living room and put tinsel on it.
We had the sign on our door that said
Christ.
Jesus is the reason for the season.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and my parents were very... Actually, for years, like, my mom didn't want us to go trick-or-treating, but we just did. Like, she just...
We knew a few people in like grade school that were like that were it's just trick or treating.
I often
If
wonder...
you did anything in class that was Halloween related, they had to like come inside, just do a crossword
Yeah.
puzzle or something.
Yeah. No, I don't know, man. It's weird, because, like, everything I learned in church, like, I wanted to learn more. Like, everything they told me not to, I wanted to learn more. And, one thing they did say was, like, don't watch TV. That actually makes sense now.
Yeah.
But,
Especially when you see that they have patents on mind control things for TV and broadcast. There's patents on what it's called, or some sort of like mind control.
what's interesting about that is when the ministers, like, I grew up in a Pentecostal church where they would, like, like, you're healed.
Right.
Throw you down.
Throwing old ladies on the ground,
Yeah.
pushing
Well,
them by their face.
So when I started watching a lot of stuff on, like, I can't see Hypnotist,
Push their
it's kind of the same thing. I hate to say it, but the hypnotist need to know that you're willing. Yeah, I think you're loose enough for them. Because I saw people at church not fall down,
Yeah.
but then I saw the others fall down and, like,
hypnotists have a way of like, because I believe like hypnotism can be done, but you have to just be like the right person that might done the right way or the right mindset or whatever.
yeah.
Like,
So, do you think the shit that we saw at back in school? Remember the thing at Herman?
Yeah.
Did you ever go to that? Did you ever see any
Not
hypnotists at Herman?
No, not at Herman. No.
Yeah.
So, do you think something like that
I
was bullshit?
I heard something like after that. Some of the kids, I don't know, they're just lying, but saying that they get paid. They get paid to do it. Like they were on acting. But some of the stuff they do, like I would see like those people wanting to do that. For $20 or whatever it was.
Well, I think because I heard it from a couple people that
I've seen stuff
like
that.
they were asked to fib.
Yeah.
They were asked to fib.
Bad ones. Or some of them are probably just bullshit. But I believe
So-
it's possible.
And he would like shake their hand or whatever, like, and that would snap them out, and they would just go back in their seat or something. Like, I assume all the ones went until he narrowed it down to like the last two or the last one. I think he was just narrowing it down to whoever could, bullshit
Yeah.
the best.
I think that's what it is. Like, yeah, they have a way of interviewing them for it, so they know who's going to work good for it.
Yeah.
But then again, when my brother worked at the university, he booked a guy, and I remember after the night, like, we were just hanging out with this guy, drinking after, and there was a girl who had left and was like fucked up. She was puking everywhere because her process was that everything she drank was now vodka, was what he said to her on stage. And she left and was like barfing every time she took a sip of something.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like in real life?
Yeah.
Like she left the place and
Yeah.
He just left her for the rest of her life like that?
Yeah. Well, like he said to me,
she
he was
entered
like,
the easiest contest ever, the water drinking contest, and like she just couldn't do
"Oh,
it.
don't talk about
That's
that. That
actually
lady
dangerous,
died."
yeah.
Yeah.
The radio station killed a girl by doing that.
Don't wee for a wee or whatever it was. But yeah, I just when I watched it, like it reminded me of the church scene, man, and like
you ever seen that thing? I think I asked you about that before. Have you ever seen or heard about this? Is it Darren Brown? The hypnotist guy?
Yeah, he's crazy.
He had some show where he did this shit. I don't know if it was fake or real, but it was pretty intense to watch.
Isn't Dan Brown the guy who wrote Da Vinci Code?
Darren Brown.
Oh,
Darren
that's-
with D
is-
E
oh, that
R R
Dan's
E
brother?
N. It's a
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
Darren.
Dennis Castro?
Dennis Brown. But he did a thing with it was kind of like a Sirhan kind of style thing, inspired. They
Explain.
had, Stephen Fry. He's like some British actor or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so they had him, and he was part of it where they hypnotized this guy to shoot Stephen Fry on stage. And if you watch it, it's presented as real. I don't know if it's bullshit or acting. I mean, it's supposed to be, legit. I don't know where they found the guy they hypnotized, how that worked. But over the course of a week or something like that, he hypnotized this guy into and then he would go sit in the audience while there's some sort of show or something like that. And Stephen Fry came out. When he came out, he had a girl in a polka dot dress, which is a reference to the Bobby Kennedy assassination. And she I think she put down a case next to the guy or something, and then sat in front of him. And at some point, I forget what word she said, but she just reached back and just said a word to the guy. And then you see him kind of be triggered, and he picks up the case, takes up the gun, and then he just stands up and empties the whole clip into Stephen Fry, who they had set up with the bullet packs, on him. So
He was in on it.
So it looked like he got shot. Yeah, and he just
Oh,
got
okay.
shot 6 times and fell. I think even the audience that was in the theater, and I think the audience were aware that something was going to happen, but they didn't know what it was, so it'd just be a genuine reaction for the show or something. But you can get the clip on YouTube. It's just interesting to watch. Whether or not you believe it.
Everything Darren Brown does is crazy.
And then the guy shoots him, puts the gun away, and then just leaves or something like that. And I think it was the next day they talked to him and showed him the footage of it. And so
Doesn't even
show his
remember it?
reaction. Yeah, he's so shocked. Obviously, as you would be.
Well, even after, it survived the late 90s, it survived, or maybe it came out in the early 2000s. But Stir of Echoes, I still love that movie.
Yeah, it was a good one. I saw
It-
it
it-
once on TV once.
It stood the test of time for me, at least. I just, if that movie's on, I own it, but if that movie's on, I'm watching. Well, if I had cable, if that movie was on, I'd be watching it.
If a bunch of things aligned.
If everything was just right.
Do you have an Android box?
I do, yeah. I don't get a lot of use with it because it doesn't work on the TV up here. It only works on the TV in my bedroom. So I'm only watching a half an hour of TV every night, and I often fall asleep halfway through that anyway. So it's taking me a long time to get through the new season of Stranger Things.
Took me a while.
The last episode that I fell asleep through was the 4th one. So I've got that one, and then I think there's 9 episodes in the new season.
Yeah.
Are you finished it?
Yeah.
Okay, don't say anything, but my take so far on the 2nd season is that it's better than the 1st season.
Really?
Yeah, because I liked it. I really liked the 1st season. They did a great job recapturing, the essence of the 80s, everything down the music styles, and there's a lot of movies that came out in the 80s about boys just on their bikes doing stuff, it's your only means of transportation.
This summer,
But
kids riding bikes.
that's what they did in the 80s movies, wherever they had to go, it's just this gang of boys just on a bike.
That's true.
Tweeting.
They did well with that. I just thought the acting on all fronts was weak. Even Winona Ryder, her acting was just who is this actress? But now the kids are a little bit older, so obviously their acting will have improved. I mean, they weren't terrible. It's just something about it. Maybe it's bad dialogue. I don't know. There's just something that because people rave about it. They're like, oh, Stranger Things is the biggest thing since fucking Game of Thrones. And there's a part of me that really enjoys the show, but there's still a part of me that's really? This is the
Me
biggest, a huge thing. All at the same time, I don't hate the show. It's just this is what's got the world by its balls.
MK Ultra. You know what?
There's a plate for you, Cam.
Mind your own business.
You're in
I
my
like,
house.
I like
blowing up.
season 1 much better. I'm
Oh,
opposite.
really?
Yeah. Like when I started watching season 1, like I watched it in a day.
Yeah,
Season 2, it was hard for me to want to keep watching it.
really.
I watched it. I mean, it was good. It just
I love that huge sky spider, man. That's fucking. And don't say anything because I'm only so far into the season. But that giant spider thing is fucking awesome.
You know what else is awesome? How a few weeks ago we were like, "What happened to Paul Reiser?" And then he was in this.
Right? Yeah, I'm happy to see him.
It's weird.
I love that guy, man. I love Mad About You. It's like
We know what
it's
happened.
like a relationship. Mad About You is a relationship version of Seinfeld. It's exactly what it's like.
I was thinking of the Seinfeld reference of the
The
Susan. I think you just like hear the intro music in the background. It's like, George, you coming to watch Mad About You?
no, but did you ever watch Mad About You?
Yeah, a little bit when I was.
Did you ever see the Seinfeld crossover?
No.
Okay, so Paul Reiser, he's got the apartment, the apartment that everyone knows with Jamie, right?
Richard Jenny in that too.
Really killed himself.
Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, okay. So Paul and Jamie have their shared apartment, but it's in the story, like Paul, elsewhere in the city, he still has his like bachelor pad. Like it's got all his records in it and shit like that. He just stores shit in there, but like it's kind of a symbol that he's still holding on to his single guy life. And Jamie finally convinces him, like,
Paul, you gotta let that apartment go. Like, there's no reason that you should still be paying for this apartment. Whatever.
turns out it's in the same exact building as Jerry and Kramer. So he's getting all, like, I think it's the ending scene. Paul's walking out of the apartment with a box of his shit, and like Kramer's like left his apartment. So they're like walking down the hallway together, like in the Seinfeld hallway. They're walking down the hallway, and then he asks something like, "Hey, how's the new guy?" or whatever. Just ask about Jerry. He's like, and like, I wish I remember how the dialogue goes, but like there's some sort of joke at Jerry's expense. That's a good show.
Folks, I bet you didn't think that you were going to hear a rant about Mad About You tonight.
Was Richard Jenny in that?
I don't know. I don't think. No.
What show is he in?
I think he's thinking of Ira. The guy with the weird... He had like a weird forehead that like went up and then back, like a sharp cut in his forehead, and then his hair started up here.
Oh yeah. He was the Kramer.
No, he was just Paul's friend. Like he was his like best friend. He was always in the show.
Oh.
So I think he's thinking of Ira. I don't.
That's what I'm thinking of. I brought it up.
Richard Jenny.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might have had his own
He
show.
was like the neighbor or the best friend of like some guy in the sitcom.
No, again, I think we're thinking of Ira. And now I have to pull up a picture.
I was just to say, IMDb.
Tell me why
Fuck, man.
I love you like I do. Tell me why.
Okay, while you're doing that, Steven,
You're thinking of Ira, man, not Richard Jenny.
how many?
It was me.
Oh.
How
I
many?
obviously don't listen to you, Cam.
How many framed things do you have in your house?
What do you mean?
16.
No, that's the question. Picture frames.
That guy right there.
How many picture frames do you have in your house?
Is this a trick question? I know who Richard Jenny was.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
it's pretty close.
Oh, that's side by side him.
It's not a trick question. I
Okay,
just
pull up a big picture.
Yeah.
Huh?
They both look Italian.
Huh?
I don't know if either of them are Italian.
Brigham, can you get a picture of this?
No.
I actually could.
It's
Really?
Too long.
It's gonna take too.
No, I just noticed you have a whole bunch of picture frames.
Yeah, that's what you do when you.
Have a house.
Well,
You have a lot though. You have maybe a few more than.
Well,
one.
that's yeah. You got to fill the space on the walls.
Yeah.
Well, and I still have a few that
You
I've
should
yet
have
to.
walked in that, but yeah.
I still have a few yet to frame. But like when you grow up, Brigham, you can't just keep putting posters on the wall. I mean,
Well, you have
down
posters on
here
the
is
wall,
different.
too.
There's nothing
Listen,
framed
for
down
everyone
here.
listening, he also has posters on the wall. Just okay.
How do you feel? How do you feel about that Mars Volta poster behind you?
I think it's pretty sweet.
Right.
I like the Nintendo controllers there. Though.
Not everyone sees those controllers,
It's actually fucking awesome.
right?
Yeah. You got a Foo Fighter. You got a lot of cool shit just everywhere.
Yeah.
You
this-
really do.
This is the green room, man.
You're.
Eric's
It's like I'm
8-year-old.
walking into the Spencer's or fucking the It store. Like that's
Eric's
what you are.
Eric's 8-year-old son Kale, also
Yeah.
Kale,
Different Kale.
was here. Yes, not him.
I'm not Eric's son.
No, he's.
I'm not for it.
Did you think Kale was Eric's son?
I thought for a minute.
Okay, no, but he.
They have beards.
Eric brought his oldest boy Kale here last night, and like whenever he's here, he's just touching everything. Just like Eric, like of course this is like like there's fucking toys down here, so like of course a kid is gonna be drawn to anything. He's just touching everything. Can I take this home? Can I take this home? Like nobody.
Well,
Stays
this is like the I would say this is like the adult clubhouse, like of a. I don't know. This is almost 80s. You're missing an arcade.
It's gonna be a sad day when I have to
If you had
move
a pool table and or an arcade game, it'd be better.
down here.
Yeah, work on it.
Well, right now,
Yeah,
what I want to
moving
do,
on that.
I like I don't know how you guys feel
Can I
about
buy
this
a pool table for here?
for down here. Please don't.
Yeah.
We
Well,
just
we can
just
take
need one of those mini
Let's
ones.
take another level down.
No, you know what we need for down here? That
Like-
fucking
like-
table hockey, man.
Yeah.
We got to get one of them table hockey
Yeah, we
things. But what I want to do
Broadcast
is because I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a fun time doing this here. So like in a future time that we decide to do this here, like I want a flat screen for down here, so I can so I can put a chair in that corner and just have a flat screen up top there. Because like I really think that a chair there, it would really just like
Yeah. That would be better. Plus, we have a screen we can plug in to look up shit.
yeah. But
Word.
how you feeling, Brigham? How you feeling in the green room?
I love it.
Chance last time.
It's a great room, man.
Yeah.
Like, if I was a kid, I would touch everything in here too. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you got the retro video games and
The Nintendo. We could be playing Nintendo right now.
yeah. Oh fuck! I'm so glad last week we played Super Mario 2. I'm so glad. I almost bought that game.
Did
for
we?
like $30. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was passing out. Okay, now I
That
remember.
game's terrible.
It's all right. It's different.
Yeah, it's way different. That's the problem.
It's definitely the one that I'm least familiar with.
Yeah, it was a different company, right? But it's really weird.
Well, what were we talking about? It wasn't even supposed to actually be an official game. Wasn't it just like something that they made in Japan?
It could have been. Yeah.
What's the etymology of that?
It was something strange.
And I'm looking up, everybody, the etymology of Super Mario 2. And that Google search is brought to you by Windsor Pizza. Windsor Pizza is located on Jefferson. Their phone number is 519-944-1122. And what we have tonight is we have a large with half pepperoni and cheese and half a super, which is pepperoni, mushroom, bacon, green pepper. And the cheese. The cheese kind of like, it gets in your system. And it makes all your muscle tendons tighter. It just makes you better at, if you're doing MMA or if you're just like hiking the trails. The cheese really, just strengthens your whole body, especially if you're wearing shoes that like your toes individually fit in at the end.
Yeah, that's actually that's mandatory.
And the mushrooms on the pizza, the mushrooms really establish a good central nervous system core. It gets all my bones and joints all aligned, and it really groups together with the green pepper that makes my vision better. It strengthens my eyelashes. and it gives me a better dexterity when it comes to when I'm like balancing on like a pier post, like in the middle
Yes.
of the shore.
Definitely helps me with parkour.
Yeah,
For
parkour. No, well, that's the dough. The dough in the pizza, it really helps your balance in parkour. You know, particularly. So if you want, if you guys are at all interested in this delicious pizza, that's Windsor Pizza, and you can find that on onit.com. What was I looking up?
Super Mario 2.
Right. Yeah. The etymology.
Isn't etymology like the meaning of the word?
Maybe. I might have been misusing etymology. The origin? Here we go.
By the way, last week your neighbor paid for my cab ride home.
Who?
Mark.
Oh.
Yeah, and everything he told me he was going to do, he did.
What do you mean?
But he gave me the list of, like, his quirks. And he did them all. Like, right after you said that.
What do you mean? Oh,
Yeah, nothing bad. He's a great dude.
Super Mario 2's long, strange trip to the top of the charts in 1988 began with a prototype video game that failed miserably. The 8-bit classic, which became a massive hit for the Nintendo Entertainment System, grew out of a mock-up of vertically scrolling, two-player, cooperative action game Super Mario Bros. 2. The prototype, worked up by SRD, a company that programmed many of Nintendo's early games, was intended to show how a Mario-style game might work if the players climbed up platforms vertically instead of walking horizontally. I wish I would have proofread this because it's not really getting to what I wanted to say.
Best game ever was E.T. for Atari.
Absolutely not. Any Atari game is just awful.
But it had Easter eggs. It was an interesting game.
You may already know the rest of the story. The Mario sequel was originally released in Japan as Doki Doki Panic, starring a wholly different cast of characters. The game released in Japan as Super Mario Bros. 2 was a totally different game. A set of super difficult new levels built with the original game's engine and graphics. That title wasn't released outside Japan. Instead, Nintendo used Doki Doki Panic, swapping the game's characters out for the Mario cast. This was the game that Western audiences knew as Super Mario Bros. 2.
Terrible.
So it was Doki Doki Panic, and that might be what the name of this episode is now called.
It's a good name.
In the green room, parentheses, Doki Doki Panic.
I just didn't like where you have to pick up the, like, turnip things and throw them.
I don't mind playing it every now and then, but it's definitely not my go-to.
Yeah.
My go-to is either Super Mario 3 or Super Mario World for N64.
And part 3 was cool.
Every now and then, it's just like, you know what I'm going to do, man? I see, because it's right at the top of the menu for my Wii. I see right there the first one, Super Mario Brothers. Like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to beat this game right now. And I got to be like...
It's fucking hard,
a
man.
board. No, it's super easy, man. I could
it's
beat
easy
the
for me
game
too,
in
then.
maybe 7 minutes.
Which one? The first one?
The first one, yeah. 7 minutes tops.
Bullshit. Okay.
Dude, it's all the warping, man. You
Yeah.
just warp to each world. You get to 8 in like 4 minutes. But I always have the intent to like I'm just gonna sit here, smoke a joint, and just kill this game. And then I'm a bored. I'm a board and a half into it, and I'm fully bored out of my fucking mind.
Yeah,
I thought you
same
were
here.
I thought you were saying you were bored and a half within like 20 minutes.
Of Super Mario Brothers.
Not like you were bored and a half into
You
it,
did
but,
say a
but
bored.
you were bored and a half.
I was first one,
Not into it.
first one, then the other.
I
It's
agree
just,
with you,
ah.
man. I sit down often because I bought the system, and
I've done
I
that.
think that too, and then I'm like, fuck.
I've done that with like when you have like the emulator and shit where you can play the old Mario games and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll play like, or I found them online before. So there's like just websites you can play the games. But yeah, you think that too, like, oh, I'm gonna play this forever, and then you get in like 10 minutes into it, like, all right, I'm bored.
What else?
Yeah.
what else do I
these
got?
games that were like milestones of my childhood. Like,
Those games
Excite
make
Bike
you
and
pay, man.
Micro Machines. Like I used to go like twice a week to rent it from Bandito Video or whatever.
Nice.
So I could race home from school and play it. You know?
Yeah.
And then I get like 5 minutes into it, I'm like, all right, this sucks.
Dude, you know,
Yeah.
you know how much I've played Excite Bike since having that thing
Yeah.
for almost 10 years
I'll play it
now.
for like 3 levels,
Very
I'll play
little.
like 3 times, and then I'm like, okay, what else we got?
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. I have such a menu, and I don't have to even get up to put another game in and
Right.
blow on it or anything.
Yeah.
It's just like
Just get
touch of
the
a button.
menu.
I'm elsewhere, and it's just I want to play Punch Out, and just like 3 guys in, and I'm just like, no, I want to play Contra, and then it's just like it goes from there.
By the way, Steve has 34 picture frames in the top 2 levels.
Wow. Wow.
I know,
are
right?
you including the Marilyn Manson one that's broken in my office? No,
I
you're
don't
not.
think so. Only
Did
things
you
are
count the ones in
on
the office?
wall.
There is a lot.
Yeah, I even looked in your bedroom.
It's not a
I
bad
walked
thing.
around. You need more condoms.
He's so right.
Or you need less. I don't know.
I,
It depends
just,
who
I,
you're with.
I like peeked in the office in your bedroom like real quick and just went around counting. If
Did
have
you
one
turn,
that-
did you turn the light on to the office?
No.
Oh, okay. Is that
There's enough light from the
Okay.
bathroom. Or
There
whatever,
is a lot of frames though.
but, so yeah, I don't know if you have more down here. I counted like there's one, you know, like a couple just on the TV and stuff that area. And I
You
think
see the one in the
might have
kitchen?
missed one. I might have missed one or overcounted like counted one twice.
Did you see the one in the kitchen?
Yeah, there's 2 in the one.
Just one?
Just one.
Yeah.
34.
34?
I'm trying to remember.
I don't have
counted
34.
Just in like the top, and I'm not counting the one with my picture that's like the canvas.
Well, that counts.
35. if you
That
count
counts.
yeah. And I didn't count.
I paid money for
I
it.
didn't count mirrors.
The canvas.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't either.
Like-
Even though you should count that
One in the kitchen, I think that's why I thought 2 first. I didn't count that though.
my Oprah mirror.
Yeah, your mirror on the wall.
Who's the most handsome person in this kitchen after all?
Who's the blondest in this kitchen? What
Wow.
else I was gonna say? I think that was it. I was waiting to bring up the mirrors.
Yeah.
I had to wait for my moment to jump in there with it.
Oh.
I was gonna come down and just shout it, but I didn't know if it would be picked up.
Well, that
I don't shout, so
that one at the top of the stairs, that full length mirror, that should be
Yeah.
counted as a frame because
I don't
that
think I did.
that cost me some money.
I might
And
have counted it.
there's a whole thing getting it home.
No, yeah.
I had to borrow my dad's van for that.
That's way more work than I would have done.
Yeah. I needed a full length mirror for the top of the stairs, man.
Your
Just
dad has a van?
what's that?
Your dad has a van?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because
I still picture him driving that blue Impala.
yeah, I know, me too. Every time I see it, I just dad.
Before that, I knew that.
I think he was really inspired to get the van because of the grandkids.
Right.
So like
What is
they,
it?
I
What's the license plate number?
I don't know.
That's good.
I know.
I'm just picturing since you
Dodge something or other.
since
Caravan,
you,
maybe?
since you first brought it up as like using it for cargo, I just thought of like a white cargo van, and that just seemed funnier to me.
For what? Like my dad has a
Yeah,
cargo van.
yeah.
Like, why do you have
He
this?
just has his briefcase in the back of it.
You're a salesman.
Just a briefcase sliding around in the
Who
back.
are you kidnapping on the
He's
weekends?
just bouncing off all the walls as he turns sharply.
He's got a dog grooming business. Just sliding everywhere.
I was just thinking the briefcase just banging off. It pops open and his sandwich falls out.
Kale,
Bunch of crackers.
what are your thoughts on marriage?
If you want it, have it.
All right, Kale, moving along. How do you feel about engagement photos?
Is that what the
You know
is
the
that part B of the question?
yeah, you know the engagement photos. I
Right.
mean, you know the ones where they're just standing in a wooded glen.
Yeah, I don't. I've done wedding stuff that's similar, but
Yeah.
I've never done that. I've never done engagement photos myself. I've helped with engagement photos before.
Yeah.
I know it's fine. It's like it's just a woman thing. Not to sound.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and yeah. This is no sexism here,
a
but
guy, guy,
no guy is thinking of this idea.
a guy will do it, but no guy. Yeah, it's no guy's idea. To do
Like-
it generally,
like-
straight man.
Like it'll be like this. So I know the listeners don't know what I'm doing, but I'm walking over
Are you using a child mannequin to
a naked faceless child mannequin brought to you by
faceless, nippleless, genitalless?
Thanks to Casey Chaplin of season 1, episode 4. So like they're standing in a wooded glen, right? And listeners at home listening to this right now, I have a naked child mannequin in front of me, which ties in nicely with our Kevin Spacey conversation. But like, so say that, say this. So say this is her, right? You know, my little Sinead right here.
Yeah.
My little one-handed Sinead. So they're standing like this, right? And
You should give these to Todd so that he can tell his stories better.
oh yes, that's a great idea. And trust me, like riding the Ganacho Trail, I've seen more than one of these photo shoots, like riding the trails. I just ride past them, like, how do they feel about this? I'm like spitting on the.
The guy's just hoping his friends don't see.
Yeah. Do I know him? Oh, I don't know him. Okay, so
why didn't you post those pictures on your Facebook?
So she's standing here like this. And then, like, the guy has his arms, like, wrapped around, like, her midriff section, like this. And, like, he's just, like, coming around the corner like this, like, oh, guess who? And, like, she's, like, looking up. She's, like, looking up like this, just, like, staring up in his eyes. And he's just like, whoa, it's me. And, like in the background, it's just, like, these, like... It's just like these colorful like leaves just like falling in the like, and they're wearing like plaid and stuff like that. And it's just like really cute.
When the photographer edits it, they'll have like that, the black around the corners.
Always airbrush too. Stop airbrushing your pictures, people. God damn it.
The contrast is crazy.
No more filters.
How many?
I don't mind filters.
Vignette around the edges.
I love the vignette. I don't mind filters as long as they don't look too cheesy. It's the airbrushing. People, what is, like, especially the women, stop airbrushing your pictures. Stop airbrushing. You're not helping anybody. Like, you start to look like a drawing. Like, you're like, who is that helping? Ladies, all of your natural blemishes, your tired eye bags, just everything, just like your freckles. Gentlemen, am I right? The more, just like, let's like.
You are right.
Leave the character in it.
Yes, leave the character in it. Like
a comedian once said, how many times the guy said, I'm not gonna have sex with you because you didn't wear makeup today. We don't care.
Who said that?
I can't remember. He's a big fat guy though. He's on Netflix.
John Candy.
No.
John Candy's brother, Dennis Candy.
John Pinette? It doesn't sound like John Pinette material.
Could be.
All I'm saying is, I don't understand airbrushing. Like, Playboy became, very well known for that. Like, even like airbrushing like bushes onto the women. Like, what?
Onto.
Onto.
In the 70s? They just like clone stamp a whole bunch more. It's just down her legs.
Just
it has a headband on somehow.
It's getting physical. Just stop with the airbrushing, ladies, because like you don't need it. We love you for how you actually look. It's not. It ceases to be a picture when you add airbrushing to it. It ceases to be.
Or when it's just like the contrast and the brightness is cranked, so they just like look like ghosts, so you can't see any skin.
Yeah.
Size and facial features.
They look like they're like an extra in Cocoon.
Sure. Trust your analogy.
I'm not a fan of any of that, like zip lash or any of that shit.
What's
Anytime you
zip
can-
lash?
It's like
Not
fake
generally.
eyelashes. I'm not into that, man. Anytime you can like remove shit from your girl's face, it's not cool. Chicks love it.
So yeah, like getting back to my original point, just like I don't know. I really think that like social media is killing so many like traditions, like two people that are about to get married. Like everyone has to have the engagement pictures. Posted. They're in some wooded
Everything
glen.
has to be documented.
Everything, and like it's just like like now like people are having babies, so like every time like they turn an older month, like they just lay the baby next to like the number of whatever month that, and then like some like little block will be on months instead of years.
They make a big deal like the first birthday too. They have like the cake smash and all the different like
the cake smash,
all these just promotions.
Yeah. So I don't know what it is, man. It's either
a kid unless you get this photo shoot.
I don't know if like children now growing up in social media, I don't know if that's killing it for me for wanting, or if I just have a family of my own, I'm going to be way more creative than all that. You know?
You have your own podcast with your family.
You know,
like Balloon Boy?
Well, I don't see how everything has to be documented on social media. You know, just
no, it's ridiculous.
And I respect the people like, and this doesn't.
It's not their fault.
It doesn't go against anyone who does post their children on social media. I respect it when like I do know a couple people in my social media circle where they've had a child and I had no idea what they look like, just because just like if anyone actually wants to visit so and so,
good for them though.
Stop by. Yeah. How kids are growing up, being like stars of social media without even knowing it first. So now they're getting to be like teenagers, like the first ones, you know, that were like babies. Like we've seen them as babies.
That's interesting.
We've seen them all grow up, and now they're starting to get their licenses. Like I've seen entire children just grow up. I've never met them before, but I know everything.
Entire children?
I know everything about them. I know what they did. I know what they wore every single Halloween. And
first day of school, what they wore.
Never met them in my life. But what the hell was that? Did you hear that? Water slush.
Yeah, I did hear a noise.
When Brigham walked by, he's like, I think it sounds like
you sound like a babbling brook.
I just painted it.
I don't know. I just wanted to hear your thoughts. Brigham, what's your thoughts on marriage?
I think it's bullshit.
Do you have your microphone?
Yes, I think it's bullshit.
Yeah. What about it?
I just think it's all a business. The whole thing. Every aspect of marriage has become bastardized, probably like your Christmas. Yeah, you want to smoke a joint?
Yeah.
Say it louder.
I was trying to say it off mic.
We can smoke a joint.
Kale, Best, the co-host of Basement Place Radio, is saying is that he wants to smoke a joint.
I was trying to discreetly.
We will. I just want to say that, as far as marriage goes, I looked into a lot of
You looked into it?
I looked into
a lot of them don't work out.
It's a $30,000 day.
Yeah,
it's a $30,000 party, and the rest is downhill from there.
That's not even including the ring and stuff. Right?
All open bar.
Yeah. The whole thing is it's a business, right? And then if you want to get out of it, it's another business.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel you can love someone just as much.
I think more. It can be argued more.
I think it's more of a commitment to stay with somebody, not.
I would agree with you on that one. Marriage is weird, and you say that around girls, they're just like, oh my god, but in reality, it's fucked up, man. You're right. It's a $30,000 day, you know, and your only hopes is that your friends fucking give you enough to cover it. It's a joke. It really is. It stopped being about love, and you know. Well,
and if two people. And this has happened to me each and every relationship I've ever had, clearly. You know, that
sounded kind of suicidal.
those intense feelings, they fade. So two people get married, and you know, just the love that they had for each other way back when. And again, I'm not saying this for every couple, because there are those couples that are truly meant to be together, you know?
Especially people that get together for 6 months or something like that and get married. Or even just engaged. I think it's a few years.
I don't think
at least a few years.
Yeah, nobody should get engaged until at least 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think
it should be illegal.
3 years is a fair.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Illegal.
3 years and a year of living together.
Yes.
last year living
Yes,
together just to
and
see-
have sex first. Like we're living in the 21st century.
Yeah,
Don't
right.
save it for marriage. Like
A good friend of mine had a great
Do all of it
idea.
before you commit to me.
Like every 5 to 10 years,
kill a person together.
it's
You have-
it's funny that my Natural Born Killers poster just fell, and now it's After Hours, and now it's Bruce Willis in Color of Night.
every 5 years, if you had the option
Alright.
just
the
to
back of it.
not be married, you know what I mean?
If you had to renew it every year.
Yeah, I
Oh, like
think
a license. Nah,
Yeah, I'm thinking. I think we're good.
exactly. And
it's not a divorce. It's just not a renewal.
I
Yeah,
would
that-
think that
Oh, I think we're onto something.
because it's a weird world, man. Like I watch this. There's this guy, and he's a millionaire, and he literally does his taxes a year in advance because he
It's a show off.
he designs wedding dresses.
See Ned Flanders.
No, he designs wedding dresses, man. So like they're bought way the
Purple
fuck
wedding
ahead of
dresses?
time.
Oh,
You know what I mean? It's like a huge thing for this dude.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they bought like 3 years ahead.
exactly. So like to me, like it's a business, and then divorce is even more of a business.
Yep.
And it's like how many businesses are just run by weddings? Like if you call a limo company, and you're like, yeah, I need a limo for Saturday. What for? A wedding? Oh, it's $3,000. Just kidding. It was for a concert. Oh, it's 500. Like everything is jacked
You totally
up.
fool the guy.
It's
Then
completely-
the next breath. Oh, okay, that's fine.
It's completely
It's
fucked up.
$45.
It's true. Like you want
It's good thing you
flowers?
said concerts.
Here's your price for flowers. You want flowers for a wedding? Cost more. Like it's a joke.
And
like,
to release the doves and shit like that.
yeah.
Chocolate
that stuff.
fondue fountain.
I-
Open bar alone is like what, 10 grand? I have a few. I have a few.
Depends on how many people and if they're Irish.
I'm inviting
Well,
12 people to my wedding. if
A
I
few
don't
close
know
friends of mine who have been married. And, like I've never been to like a pay bar. It's always been open bar.
Yeah, usually.
It's
And if it's not,
I
then
have.
everybody hates them.
I think the going rate for an open bar in a standard size wedding is like 10 grand, like a third of the cost of the wedding itself.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But most people will give you like more money than they drink. That's what you're banking on.
That's
Well, yeah.
what you hope.
Well, yeah, because then the bride and groom get to go home with all that extra alcohol.
I always say you should seriously get everyone a toaster. Just a fucking toaster. Like,
Do you know I
happy
almost?
wedding.
Do
Here's
you,
your
do you know-
toaster.
do you know the first girl that I ever lived with? We almost broke up in the first week because we didn't know where to put the toaster. We couldn't agree on where to put the toaster.
That almost ended it.
That almost ended it, right? First
That
week.
should have been a signal. Yeah.
First week.
You can look at it either way.
Yeah, that
Either way, if that
should have been a huge red flag.
yeah. Or
You know, I'm just
or
gonna
the
move back in with my parents.
other- Or on the other hand, if you can get through that, then you can get through anything. Right?
Well, not, clearly not, because here I am. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just think like what, like as I was saying, like people have such intense feelings for each other in the beginning, and that's like a chemical thing. That's very much sciencey. It's not like I don't even think love exists. It's just that that you can break it down to like the endorphins in your brain and everything else
There's
that releases in your brain. That's what love actually is. It's a table. It's a scientific. You know what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
But anyway, I just think
there is those old couples that you see that just figured it out. You know?
no, and that's what I was prefacing with.
85 years old.
that's
still holding hands walking down the street.
That's why I prefaced. Well, that's why I went back to preface. So a mid-fest, I
or
mid-fest
shitty
it.
to each other, but in a loving way. You know, like
There are people out there that truly belong together,
Right.
but for the most part, it's just
Yeah, I
people
don't
that
think-
can't stand. It's
I don't think it's
it's
that-
the majority.
I don't think that many people that just happen to go to the same school together or worked together.
Or
some-
soulmates.
We're soulmates.
Yeah.
We're meant to be together.
Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts on soulmates? Because me myself, I don't believe
no,
in soulmates.
Not really, but in a way, like some of those people that are like, it's not that it's a thing. Because if it was a thing, then it'd be for everybody or most people. But
It's a fairy tale.
I think there's a 5% of the population that did get lucky with that. you know?
Right. No,
That's
absolutely.
not what it
Lucky,
is.
but doesn't
Not
it- I don't know
That's
what
not what
you-
it is, but that's what it is by definition.
But you meet a person that's so perfect for you. There's a bunch of those out there. It's just all personality. It's
even
personalities that that
But it's
that
not
either
realistic.
clash or mesh well.
It's an unrealistic idea too, because I mean, like, there's still those people that kind of fit that definition in general, but they're still gonna fight and argue and maybe almost break up or
Yeah.
kill the drifter together. I don't know.
Right, but
Here's your joint.
Thank you.
And now we're gonna
Thank you for the
take a time out to watch Kale Best smoke a joint.
Big hauls.
First store in 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
My
Nice.
God.
And I must recommend it for the dreams.
No, that's the quote. if that had a better context, that'd be the quote.
Seriously,
That's great.
It's just like accidental. Like
You actually remember your dreams?
Yeah, like I haven't.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like it's so much more vivid and weird and intense. I haven't really had anything like
With weed?
No, yeah, but if you don't
Weed.
if you quit smoking weed, like it's again to bring up Joe Rogan.
It sharpens your brain,
With
doesn't
Joe
it?
Rogan and Ari and Bert and
So
Tom
sober.
Segura, they did the sober.
I've heard the
October.
opposite though too.
And Joe Rogan kept saying that too, and I guess they all kind of reported that too. But he said like within a couple days of not smoking weed, like he just started having like these way more vivid dreams, like almost lucid dreams. Like not that you could control it, but you almost know you're dreaming. You know?
Well,
I get that
it
with
sharpens
weed,
your
too.
brain, man, to
Yeah.
to stop smoking, and I've done that before. Where like
Yeah, for sure.
I like years ago, I'd be in a sentence that I'm probably gonna trail off now because I'm just talking about it. But like you have a sentence and you just forget where you're going with it. I'm like, man, I gotta slow down for a bit. So I do, and then I notice that my brain is a lot more sharper. Like my
But
thoughts
also-
are coming quicker.
But don't you find some of the ideas that you come up with stoned are like the best you've ever had? Like even
Yeah, it's
sober.
good. I'm not saying it's not good.
Even sober, you're like,
That's-
wow, what the fuck? That was amazing. You know?
It
Like,
all depends on what you're doing.
Well, I came up with
True.
root beer and
If
whiskey
you have to go to the
when I
mall
was
to go
sober.
Christmas shopping, I don't recommend that.
Just saying.
okay, you win.
Anytime you have to go to Walmart, don't get high first. But
I
if you-
always
if you
I
wanna-
get high in Walmart.
I never get high when
if you
I'm
wanna
out
look at- If you
there.
want to lay down and look
anymore.
at the stars, then sure, do it.
Did you? Is that what you did?
No.
Did you go to Walmart high?
No.
Okay,
I
because
have.
I don't go anywhere when I'm
I
stoned
have, but I
anymore.
used to do that before too. Like I'd have to like go
I do.
Christmas shopping at the mall or something like that. And you smoke before, and then
I still do.
you get in there, maybe do like one thing that you had to do, and you're just like, all right,
Yeah.
the fuck out of here.
No, I
Everybody's looking at
we
me and
always
judging
used to do that back in the day. Like I
Yeah.
think me and Red or like
I've done that with you.
predominantly it was me and Red. Like we'd smoke a joint and then we'd drive to the
It's
mall.
not as bad if you're with people too, because you got you kind of have fun with it. But when you're alone, it's just like everybody's staring.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's staring the fuck.
I
at you.
don't like doing it when I'm sober, man. I don't like going to the mall when I'm sober. Ayahuasca. Yeah, but like me and Red would always think like, yeah, we're gonna drive around, we're gonna smoke a joint, and like we're gonna, that's gonna be a good idea. And as soon as we get high, we pull up to the mall there. Is anybody listening to me? We pull up to the mall there, and like as soon as we pull up to the mall, I'm like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah, I've done that many times when I have to go somewhere. You get high and then I'm just gonna go listen to music instead.
But I'm at the age now where I'm just like, fuck it. Like I'm not. If I'm not home, then I'm not smoking.
Yeah, that pretty much restricted it for that too.
What are these rations? Did we just crash in the Andes or something?
It's
Little
delicious
sips,
white wine.
little sips of wine.
1 millimeter of
What is this? What am I about to consume?
CBD
Little
oil.
CBD with minimal THC.
It'll clear up all that cancer you got.
No, this one won't do that.
Yeah,
But you
CBD
won't
is
like
good for
it.
that too.
Is this
You need
Right.
this one here. Where Dick ate that and
Rich?
really oily.
real oily? Is my poop gonna be oily? Am I not gonna have to wipe
It's
tomorrow?
MCT, so Joe Rogan says you'll have the crazy shit.
Well done, Hatch. I am holding a cap full of CBD, BBD.
East Coast family.
Do you guys have any Bitcoin?
I wish.
It's fucking crazy. I was looking into
That's
it
oily.
Last couple of days, I was looking into it a lot. Listen to some podcasts.
It's worth a lot.
1 year ago, one Bitcoin was $650. Right now, it's 6,000
That's not that much, really.
American.
I'd cash out right away.
Yeah, actually, right now it doesn't seem like a bad time to cash out if you had. And like it came out like 8 years ago, and then like 8 years ago it was 50 cents. 50 cents right now, and right now it's 6,000.
I would buy.
Party in the club.
It was at 7,800.
I would save up $6,000, and then I would buy a Bitcoin, and then I would sell that
Is it
Bitcoin
8,000?
right away.
It's like 8,000 something here.
Then I would.
6,000 US.
Then I'd buy it for $8,000, and then I would sell it right away, so I would have $8,000.
If you waited a few minutes, you have like 8.
That's a bullet. That's a bulletproof plan. ABC BBD.
It seems pretty complicated. I looked into it a little bit, but just
What do you guys
I don't
think?
completely understand it yet. And I've listened to like a couple hours of podcasts about it.
So
I think it's not really anything. Nobody knows who made it. It's not backed by anything. It's not centralized in any way. But that's can also be a benefit.
I heard it was Trump and Putin.
No, it wasn't.
Chelsea Handler.
It's called Bitcoin.
Kale.
It's a cryptocurrency.
So Kale,
What?
how do you feel about the new lights? Have you delved yet?
I haven't noticed any of your new Christmas lights yet. Are these new?
Get out of my house. Get off my property.
These ones aren't on. Nor are those ones.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Are you being a dick?
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, yes, I am going to Canadian Tire or some shit soon and replacing that one. And now I noticed that band practice last night. That one now.
You should replace one of them with just a bunch of pictures of her. Just a bunch of like 1 by 1 inch pictures of.
But they're actual lights?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just just do it like this, but then you put like a sleeve over the light so it'll backlight them. Do you like my string of lights? Let's do that. I'm trying to make that. Oh. I know what Steve's getting for Christmas.
The whale just lunged at us. Talk about me!
Yeah. We're on the first episode.
So does that mean...
Okay.
Does that mean... what do we got here? So have you not got into it yet?
What are we talking about?
Lights.
Oh, right. No, yeah, we talked about this
Skin and Earth.
last time I was here. Yeah. We talked I was company with someone.
That was 2 weeks ago, man. Refresh.
I'm still into it.
Yeah.
Still into it a bit more.
Okay.
You going to see her?
Yeah. You want to come?
I had a passport.
Get a passport.
Will you come see?
If I had a passport
Will you come
or-
see her with me?
Or the ability to get one.
I hate that
without
I
being
love
a
her.
progressive.
I love her too.
Sorry.
I just have like a.
Brigham, shut up.
There's a serious reason why I don't have a passport yet. It's 'cause I'm too lazy to do it.
Oh, that's not that serious. It's not that
It's
serious.
made it sound like it was dangerous.
If you get a passport, I mean, I bought 2 tickets,
Yeah. Pretty boy.
and the second one was going to be offered to you first.
Where's that at?
St. Andrews, March 9th.
That was
It's a
my
bus
next-
ride.
that was my next
Remember,
question.
remember the Isley show?
Yeah.
It wasn't a snow
Yeah,
patrol
back in
show.
time for-
It wasn't a snow patrol show.
Things back in time for $5 pictures.
Yeah. Yes, we
We
did.
skipped Snow Patrol.
So we could go. It's a Friday, so we could go see lights at St. Andrews, and then we could go to Charlie's for their probably $20 pictures because times have changed.
$27 pictures.
There's a great little bar a few doors down from St. Andrews. It's pretty good too.
What's that?
I don't know what it's called, but
That sounds like it's in Detroit, though.
yeah, it's. Good prices though.
Kale the closer.
You traveled all over the U.S. with us.
Yeah, no, Detroit's still the worst. No, Baltimore's the worst. Detroit's a close second.
You know what though? I feel kind of badass about Chicago. Like I didn't notice shit, but apparently it's
Yeah.
terrible.
I don't know if we were in the bad.
Did you
area.
listen to
I got lost in Chicago.
We
the night-
were.
the night I was meeting you guys there. It was already
Yeah.
dark. It was already dark and like pouring rain the whole time for some reason. It was like a movie. It was like the Crow, but
I think
Part
we
seven.
were.
But in Chicago instead of
I
Detroit.
think the White Sox is
And,
where the bad area is.
I got lost because it was before I had a smartphone with GPS. I had like an actual like road atlas and a phone that I could text with, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I was trying to figure out where the airport was, and there was like some weird detour that took me off of the highway, and then I got lost in like some shitty neighborhoods for a while. Like, it looked like Detroit, but it was just like gun store,
Wow.
liquor store.
Where the fuck are you taking me?
And all that, and he found the Blackhawk section.
Yeah, and then I parked it, and I finally found the airport. Got back on the highway that I was on anyway, and it should have just stayed on or something.
I'd say we did pretty good.
I parked in a parking garage, and it was blocked off.
We're not getting murdered.
And then Todd just kept joking about.
Well, like
In Baltimore, we didn't get murdered either.
yeah, Baltimore was
And
crazy, but I mean,
we stayed with a lot of
apparently you were driving
we stayed
around
with a lot of
Chicago.
strangers that didn't need
Man,
lamps.
we got lost. We got trapped under. You know the underground roads in Chicago.
No,
There's like an underneath.
Subway?
No, there's an underneath part downtown Chicago. There's like a second floor of driving. There's like the underground. A lot of the Dark Knight was filmed
Wow.
there.
I didn't know that.
Like the under roads, like when they're chasing the truck,
yeah.
with Jokers in.
Yeah.
Like that's all like the underground. Like there's an underground road underneath like the main road of Chicago, and we got like Lollapalooza. The first night at Lollapalooza, going to our hotel, which was already in South Chicago to begin with, and that's no place that you want to be.
Yeah, we survived it, man.
We got trapped and lost in the underground part, and like I was driving, and it was just like it was me, and I was just like desperately just trying to find like a way out of the underground, and somehow I did. Like I just kept trying to find like where there'd be no buildings, because when you see just darkness, that's where the lake is, that's where the water is. So, and that's what I kept trying to go to. As long as I got to Lakeshore, which was the road right on the water, as long as I could get to Lakeshore, then we were home free. Because then you could just driving Lakeshore, you could get anywhere quick, all within like the greater Chicago area.
Like Riverside Drive here.
Exactly. So, but like with more lanes. So like as long as I found Lakeshore, it took. We had a 20-minute drive there. Like every day that we went, it was a 20-minute drive down Lakeshore, and then we got to Grant Park. But that night I got lost. I fucked up in my shitty Achieva too, out of all like just a bad car to be lost like that. And
At least it wasn't like too nice of a car though. Like if you're in a shitty neighborhood,
That's
at least
true.
you blend in.
I really wouldn't want to be there with my car now.
Driving like your brother's Cadillac or something.
Yeah. So what?
Something way too dangerous, some Maserati or something.
So it takes 20 minutes to get there in the beginning. It took us like an hour and a half to get back.
Yeah.
Like that's how trapped we got.
Just
like
because how lost you got.
yeah, exactly. Saw Radiohead that night though. That was
At Lollapalooza.
yeah, that was a plus. That was the first night, and then it was.
Does it play
I think
Creed?
I think Rage was the second night, and then I want to say Nine Inch Nails was Sunday.
Pretty crazy lineup.
Yeah.
Rage was the second night of Woodstock.
You said
they were the first night.
you said you didn't see him, eh?
No,
I just listened to the last episode.
I left at that point and went back to the tent. Heard them. I heard every single word, but
I listened to the second Flat Earth Roundtable last week, I think, and you were talking about Woodstock, and so you never got to see Rage.
no, I didn't see them.
Oh, it's a bummer.
Yeah, it was a long fucking day, man.
Because didn't they break up like that
Yeah, I think
year,
so.
or maybe the year later?
Yeah, it was a long day, and it got, like I said, after. I'm trying to remember the. No, maybe they were the second day. I'm trying to think. It was the first day. It was Korn, and then Metallica, maybe. And then maybe the second day was Rage. But yeah, no, like I think Rage maybe went on after Limp Bizkit, so I departed.
It was Limp Bizkit and then
I
Rage.
think so.
Holy
I
fuck!
could be wrong on
So
that.
there were already riots and fires going on.
No.
It was
Rage
pretty
for that?
crazy. It was pretty crazy. Like
If that
that.
were the case,
Oh,
if that were
wait.
the case, they'd still be recovered.
Yeah, I guess Limp Bizkit didn't headline, because didn't they go on and it was still kind of the daytime?
Yeah, it got dark like.
Oh, okay. I just would have figured that they'd be a headliner.
No, well, at the time they fucking could have been.
Yeah,
They were like the biggest
they'd
song
ever
at the.
they'll ever be.
Yeah, they were huge. But Yeah, no, I didn't see them. I saw Limp Bizkit and people were getting really fucking violent.
Well, when I was listening to that episode, I was listening to your account of it, and I'm just like, as a 34-year-old person, just listening to your stories, I just think like,
I don't have the energy for that anymore.
I don't like. How long was Woodstock? 3 days?
Well, technically 4 days because
Did any bands play the first day?
well, on technically yeah, like George Clinton played on like Thursday,
Yeah.
and then Friday it started.
That's it? Just George Clinton?
I honestly don't know if there was more.
Okay.
Like, I just know that.
Yeah, like that's what Bonnaroo was. Like we got there Thursday,
Yeah.
and most of the day was just getting everyone filed in and getting their campsite set up. And then like the band started at like 6:30 at night.
Oh, this was.
And
this
so
stuff
it was very
new.
minimal. There was a bunch of bands that played on Thursday night, but it wasn't that much. And I don't even think there was a headliner. There wasn't even a headliner there.
Or like local bands that Thursday or something.
Well, the first band that went on, and we saw that one, was what made Milwaukee famous. And I haven't heard of them since. They're not bad. I still have their stuff.
This is
But
my first time
yeah,
hearing about it.
it's not bad. It's kind of like it's Foo Fighters-y, I guess.
Fighters.
Foo Fighters, ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters.
I did appreciate like
Ish. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's been years since I've heard them. They're not bad though.
the Tragically Hip played.
What
at
made
noon.
Milwaukee
They're
famous?
doing better than you.
The
I
Vernon
fucking hate
Shirley.
when you say that. That just
The
stings.
Vernon Shirley
It
made
just-
Milwaukee.
jab.
When I say that, I also mean they're doing way better than you as well.
You know, I love
Especially
that.
musically.
I love that Ann Geddes. She's doing way better than you, Cal.
Like I said, when I say that, I mean that about myself as well.
I know.
Both general career-wise and musically.
I do not take it.
I know. Well,
It's been a couple hours.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? You want to keep going?
yeah,
You
I
feeling
haven't
it?
really noticed.
You vibing? You just vibing?
Again, so,
All right. Yeah, it's been a couple hours now.
talk to Brigham
You
about
doing-
something I don't care about.
All right. Brigham, how do you feel about the free trade agreement?
Oh, I don't care. I
It
could
doesn't
care
even
less.
exist anymore.
Does it have anything to do with Justin Trudeau?
What now?
Yeah, I don't care.
Brigham, you know what I hate?
What?
I hate when, and this is, a lot of people do say this, and I might catch some shade for this, but you know what I hate? When people call, like, barbecued food, like barbecue. Come on, man, let's go out and get some barbecue. Oh, I fucking hate that.
Yeah, I get your point.
I hate that.
Barbecue what?
Dude, I had some great barbecue. I had some bomb-ass barbecue last night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate it, man. I can't stand it. And so many people say it. I understand that. I know I might be like, you know, the 1% here, but it just drives me nuts.
Oh man.
Like if you had food, like, oh, I had chicken. Oh, I had a steak. Oh, I had ribs. Oh, I had a burger. It's just always specific with me, you
Bomb
know?
ass barbecue.
Oh, dude, I had some barbecue last night. Last night, buddy, I was at a party. I had some ripper barbecue. Just unreal.
It's like 80s movies where like, well, even 90s are like, can I get you something? I'll have a beer. You know?
and they just accept that. They don't have to specify
Who
anything.
cares? Just
They
a beer.
walk away. It's just a generic can
Would
that
you
like
some
gets set on the
barbecue,
counter.
too, while we're at it?
The plate comes and it's just this dessert, like you can't even indistinguishable lump of meat on the plate with barbecue sauce all over it.
My face.
The
hurts.
can of beer just says beer on it and in Arial font, unbold.
That's I got it. You know what? It's funny, man. Like that joke definitely hurt my face. Like I laughed pretty hard. Barbecue.
Seriously, man,
Oh.
I can't stand
Best
it.
fucking barbecue.
And you know
ever.
what? Sadly, I hear it at least once every 2 days. That is,
Yeah, you gotta specify what the fuck you had.
it's a very American thing, but like at the same time, I don't know if it's an old school thing. It's just it drives me nuts whenever someone says it. Oh, dude, I had some barbecue last night. Killer barbecue. What did you have? Just say what you had. You know. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking barbecue, bro.
But it's the same. It's the same. Like when you hear, it's equivalent to when like you're seeing like a newscast. Like there's a story on the news, and someone was injured, so they were rushed to the hospital. But they don't say the hospital. They just say hospital. Just like, and the victim was driven to hospital. Like, no, it's the hospital. It's the hospital. The victim was driven to the hospital.
Okay, now
They are now staying at the hospital. The victim is now laying in hospital. Oh, that drives me nuts.
Isn't that a weird fucking word? You just made okay, like from watching Trailer Park Boys, right? Like the dentist, you know, they're all dentist tries, right? They're all called the dentistry. But you just like hospital. That's a weird fucking hospital.
The name?
I'm sick. Where do I go? The hospital.
No, you go to hospital. That drives
Yeah,
me
you go
nuts,
to
man.
hospital, yeah.
You go to hospital.
Isn't that a weird fucking word?
So hey, if you're at the hospital and someone calls you and that person's like, "Hey, where are you at?" You just have to say hospital.
Hospital. Hospital.
Right? With that mentality, you couldn't say the hospital. People that say he was driven to hospital. People that say that.
Is that the
If they're asked if they're at the hospital, like they have to say, by principle, they have to say, "Where are you at?" Hospital.
It's true.
You're at hospital? Yes, I'm at hospital because I am a human.
What a weird fucking word.
I am a human person at hospital.
Hospital. I don't know, man. That's
Drives me nuts, man. Drives me nuts.
I heard
I had some killer barbecue at hospital. High vibe.
Yeah, I was just gonna actually say that my mom was at hospital last week, and
She had some killer barbecue.
I read the menu, and I don't know if there was any barbecue. I do believe there was grilled something.
It just says barbecue at the top. And just like all the meats.
Just killer barbecue. Oh, at hospital, that would be a bad thing to put, killer barbecue.
Well, crushing.
If it's your last meal, you might as well.
the best barbecue you'll ever have at hospital. Hospital barbecue. That's the name of the restaurant there. Hospital barbecue.
Kale's coming back.
DDS.
Although when I came back last time, you had like a naked mannequin. So.
Oh, I was doing a.
Kale, when you worked at hospital, did they have killer barbecue? Okay.
We never had barbecue at all.
Well, we were just.
It was inside a cafeteria.
I was
so
also.
we didn't have a barbecue.
I was just telling Brigham and the audience that
You started that when I left.
Well, the barbecue thing, but it's also the same thing. Like, if you ever hear in like a news report and someone gets injured and they're like, "Oh, and the victim was driven to hospital." Like, no, it's the hospital. It's the hospital, not hospital.
I was going to comment on that when you said that when I worked at hospital.
Yeah.
I was taking off my coat, but I'm just like, you mean the hospital?
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 here at least, right? 3. So.
Or at hospital.
So if they have a really good restaurant, you're like, "Oh, I had some killer barbecue at hospital."
That's some cool trainings.
At hospital. What did you have? Was it ribs? You had great ribs at the hospital?
Chinese is good too, right?
Did you have a good burger?
Chinese. What does that mean? What kind of Chinese?
An Italian. You mean a person?
Yeah.
Cuisine?
Yeah, you know what? My mind's just being blown. I might have to go with small.
By what?
Just all this. Now I'm like thinking about having Greek food and how the fuck that sounds now.
What's that mean?
Exactly, right?
That works more than.
We were talking about
Chicago style pizza.
we were talking about hospital, and now you want Greek food.
No, it's just the
He
same thing.
is a Greek doctor.
If I said this is what I have for dinner,
Hospitalopolis.
Greek food.
That exploded with me and Kale at the same time. I'm just happy it came out of my mouth. Hospitalopolis was the first ever doctor, and that's how we got. That's the origin of hospital.
He also discovered Mars.
Marsadopoulos.
That's his Mars.
Hey, but speaking of hospital, this is the time of the year to get your free flu shot.
Shut up, Brigham.
These are free dementia.
David Muse Sedge or whatever, he'll do it himself. He'll give it to you at the hospital.
That's the only place I would get one.
Have you ever seen The Wire?
No.
Have you seen The Wire?
I might have Refreshify me.
Refreshify?
Refreshify.
It's like a cop movie back in the early 2000s on HBO.
Boy, Refreshify my man.
Have you ever heard of this show? Have you heard of this show? Pete Holmes
Yeah.
has mentioned it on his show.
Yeah.
So you've heard of it at
Everybody
least.
mentions it. Yeah.
Have I told you about this show yet?
Probably.
It is. It's so overrated. And I don't care. Anybody listening to this episode that loves The Wire, I'm not even sorry. Like that, it's just a bad show.
Well, now I'm never gonna watch it.
You should see it just to know what
No,
I'm talking
I
about.
don't. Like, okay.
I don't know, just maybe it was good for when it came out because it was before all this Game of Thrones stuff. Like where like now television is like really fucking good, like probably even better than movies now.
Are you sure?
I think that's where, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because there's what's left in the movies now? A bunch of like superhero movies,
Television or like Netflix? or
remakes, and superhero movies. That's all. But anyway, when
Digress.
when the Wire came out, I think it was 2001, and I don't know, HBO was still gritty like that. Like it's a really gritty show. I don't really care for the acting. It's poorly shot. I'm just purposely trying to piss off Wire fans right now. Listening to this.
Catering sucked on set.
Casting choices were brutal. their director of photography was clearly a moron. Couldn't see the forest for the trees on that one.
The Best Boy group was
the commercials
terrible.
were shit.
Their wardrobe was awful. Whoever did the makeup clearly couldn't.
Oh, makeup! Oh, everyone wore the same suit. That's why one cop could be like filmed in the same
brutal.
shot because they were all wearing the same costume. They're all filmed separately.
We had different ones.
Sometimes the same actor just crouched lower to like represent a shorter person.
The sound mixing sucked.
Yeah. The gaffer was shit.
Other fans suck.
Aspect ratios were all wacky.
Let's piss everybody off. I'm sorry. The Wire. I can't do it. I made it past the first season, and I think I got like maybe an episode and a half deep into the second season, and there's like 5 or 6 or way too many seasons of this show. I can't do it, man. I just can't do it. Where are you going? Why?
We got some wicked barbecue.
Well, if you have to go to hospital, don't count on me. I'm all full from barbecue.
He's got to go to a gas station.
That's so good.
He's got to go to porch.
I can't wait to invite you for barbecue. I can't wait.
He's going for a cigarette at porch.
At porch. We're devolving to cavemen again. You damn dirty apes! How do you feel it, man? You want to cut it off? Want to keep going? What do you want to do?
Okay.
Want to say
I
bye?
don't really notice.
You don't notice you holding a microphone anymore?
It's just natural now.
It's
I'm gonna do this
natural.
in the bank tomorrow.
You don't know how to function in society anymore without holding a microphone to your face. It doesn't even have to be plugged in. There's not even a cord. It's just a
I need
microphone.
this for sex.
It's either me or the microphone. Just cuts to her moving out. It's just like this.
commentating on this. Just talking about Trump the whole time.
I need a drink, but I need to be. Hey, how good would you be by yourself?
Not very.
No. Can we go? Can we go the 4-minute Kale's 4 minutes of awkwardness? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, folks. I'm going pee.
Give me something to talk about. Tell me what you think about green and yellow cloths.
Go.
What do I think about that?
Yeah.
Or your decoration? I don't know. I tend to think about you going out and buying it.
Oh, Kale.
All the stuff in your apartment, all the stuff in your house here. I just,
Cal.
What?
For realsies, what do you think about Trump?
About Trump?
Go.
No, we've talked a lot about Trump.
Go.
I can't really talk about that just like by myself. That's not as interesting. I'll just talk about what I was going to say about all the stuff that you have here. You'll hear this later, Steve, as you're editing it. Just the green and yellow cloths and all the random dollar store things. And every time I come here, these different hats, costumes, or eyeballs and posters, and I just think about Steve going out and buying all this shit. right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you agree?
I do.
Good.
You can buy a lot of shit.
Just think of Steve going out to the dollar store and buying like 17 St. Patrick's Day hats.
Is it everything?
At least the child mannequins he didn't buy. I was here when he got those. We just got them delivered in an old cop car.
I really
Buy one
want
of
that
them, yeah.
useless box.
You can buy them on the internet.
It's so awesome. It
You
doesn't
saw,
matter
you
how
saw
many
mine,
times.
how I have it on the
Yeah.
I gotta change the batteries on it because it doesn't work there.
Every time I used it at your house, I laughed. Like it's the same laugh. It's just-
I saw that. That was funny. You just did like 6 times in a row. You're just like, yeah, that laugh.
I've watched some of the other ones online too. They're pretty funny.
Yeah, like I said, there's some intense ones where it's like there's ones with like 10 switches on them, or like just like one switch, and each time you do it, it'll do something different. There's one where like there's like a whole dance, and then it doesn't look like it's gonna do it, and there's like a couple second delay, and then all of a sudden just like a foot comes up and hits the switch real quick.
My buddy has this little devil. It's a little tiny figure, and it has like a little solar panel on it.
Yeah.
So like when you turn on your lights, it just goes like this all day with the pitchfork and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like there's some really cool ones out there actually that you can buy. They're really cool.
Yeah, it was like obviously you only need like a basic understanding of it, like the engineering of the electronics of it. You can make some adjustments.
They might have one of like Kevin Spacey making horrible advancements on minors.
There's one.
This episode is just called Kevin Spacey.
There's one that just comes out and it's just Louis C.K. just comes up and masturbating.
What is that? Root beer?
Beer.
That's beer?
I will have some more pizza.
It's my final beer from Railway City Brewing Company, Express.
Sounds like we need to make another random delivery.
So maybe there's caffeine in this or something.
Is it buzz beer?
I know, it says Express, so it's all exciting. Like it's like an explosion, like Express, like Liza.
Espresso.
Have you ever known anyone who's bought Awake chocolate before?
Oh, sure. What are you saying?
Awake chocolate.
Awake chocolate? No.
Awake. Yeah, I've never. It's that caffeinated chocolate.
Huh. Is
Some meth.
I guess.
Chocolate. Chocolate meth. You'll get stuff done.
So Brigham,
Yeah.
how do you feel about the flat Earth?
Oh, I love it.
It's good.
It's a good thing.
No, he's going away. He doesn't have the microphone.
It's still flat.
I saw thing today that there was just like some recently.
That's his comment. What do you think of the flat Earth? He says it's still flat. Thank you for the input, Brigham.
In North Carolina, they just had like some conference. Like, you putting ice cubes in your beer?
Yeah, well, whatever.
It's gonna make people angry. You're gonna get tweets.
It's gonna make me happy.
Oh, your post completely fell.
That is still color of night, though. You see Bruce Willis's penis in that movie. It's flaccid too. I mean, if it was hard, it would be a porn. It would be a full-on porno, probably. But
The FCC
it was still rated R.
I
But
think that's the FCC rule that you can show hog, but it has to
it's
be
underwater too. It's a pool sex scene.
You can show dick, but it can't be hard.
They have sex that whole fucking movie, man. Color of Night. Holy shit. And like, yeah, she's going down on him, and like the camera goes in the water, and his flaccid penis is just like floating in the pool water. So, there it is. I've seen Bruce Willis's penis.
You can't unsee that.
Basement Place Radio exclusive.
It's gonna be all over E-News. Podcaster in Windsor, Ontario says he's seen Bruce Willis.
Hashtag Bruce Willis's penis. Sorry, let's bring that back.
Me
Hashtag
too.
Bruce Willis's Willie. Willis's Willie. How long can I go with that?
Bruce's-
One more?
Bruce's Willis.
Bruce's Willis. Oh, shit.
Bruce showed me his Willis.
I'm going to ask Brigham to post that picture back up there on the wall, right next to J-Law. Oh, Brigham, darling. Brigham. Can you put that, see that Color of Night poster on the ground next to your foot? Can you put that back up on the wall and make it Naturally Born Killers again, please?
What up his first one?
Where was it?
It was right where those sticky tack things is. No, the other way around. Oh, no. Let's put up Color of Night for a while.
It's got the sticky-
Alright, I guess that'll do.
It's the best barbecue ever.
I killed Natalie Wood.
I think
Yes.
I think the best barbecue that I've ever had was at hospital, for sure.
Had to have been.
I used to make barbecue at hospital.
Yeah, you did. So how good was
I
it?
made Greek too.
See? How
Bring
about
'em.
Chinese?
Brigham, what are you doing?
We didn't have Chinese.
Filling up the
Only
space
white
machine.
races.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I have a question to ask you.
Okay. I could have grabbed the mic. I wasn't.
Well, yeah, you can go over and do what you got to do, but like bring the mic with you, you know.
Check. Yep. What's up? What's your question?
Marry, fuck, kill.
Say what?
Marry, fuck, kill. Ready for this?
Yeah. Maybe.
Christopher Walken,
Yeah.
Robert Wagner,
Uh-oh. Murder boat.
and Natalie Wood. Go.
Murder boat.
Well, each of them have had one of these things done to them.
And you're the fourth.
Oh man.
You can go fact or fiction on this.
She didn't even get to go to hospital.
And then because she was barbecue before she knew it.
Oh god.
She was shark barbecue.
We're all gonna burn in hell.
So, okay, so answer the question. Marry, fuck, kill. Christopher Walken, Robert Wagner, and the late Natalie Wood.
Well, I think she was early before that day, and they had something to do with it.
You're the fourth. No, just answer the question.
I don't know what the question.
You're the fourth person on that boat.
Yeah. I'd be afraid for my life. Like,
Who are you gonna marry? Who are you gonna fuck? Who are you gonna kill?
On that boat? I'd probably kill
No edit.
Robert Wagner
Why?
because I don't really care about him. Christopher Walken's cool.
Oh yeah, oh that's true.
So I'd keep Natalie Wood alive.
Okay.
And who am I gonna fuck?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Natalie Wood.
Good call.
Can you keep her alive and fuck her? Is that like the same?
Well, no,
Keep
yeah,
her alive by fucking her?
you change the course of fate.
Okay. So what's walking? He's just watching. He's narrating. Just like he's deep.
Bring him, laid it down on the poop deck and grab their ass.
She looked uncomfortable.
That's a good call. I could go with you on that one. I would fuck Natalie Wood.
But there was also
I would definitely marry Christopher Walken.
All right. That's
and
cool.
I would kill Robert Wagner.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're similar.
Even though he was a great
I don't know
Dr. Evil henchman.
Yeah. You think you and Walken would live happily ever after?
I don't even care. I'd be married to Christopher Walken. I don't got to do shit.
Can you
for the rest
imagine
of my
every
life.
morning be like, Steve,
Be a housewife.
make me some coffee.
Christopher Walken's housewife. That is completely okay with him cheating on me. With women. Completely okay with it. Oh, you're all tuckered out from being out? Alright.
Creepy boat ride, though, I'll tell you.
Yeah, just don't go on their boat. If you did know them.
Yeah. It's a little late for Natalie Wood.
Bring him.
Yeah.
What? What's in your pocket?
In your pocket.
What? What's in your pocket?
In
What?
your
What's in your pockets?
Pockets.
What? What's in your pocket?
In your pockets.
What? What's in your pocket?
Oh, fuck. I meant to empty them out. In my pocket, I got
Mouth to the mic. Mouth to the mic.
I have some E-juice.
E-juice.
Yep, Nerds
No,
Explosion.
let's talk about that for a minute.
Nerds Explosion E-juice.
Okay, what's that?
It's,
For your vape?
Yep.
Is that what tastes like the candy Nerds?
Yep.
That is so dangerous.
I have Ativan. I guess.
Isn't that what killed Chris Cornell?
No. I think that was Podesta. I have Puffer.
When you want to reenact a Goonie scene?
Oh my god. Every scene in that movie. Goonies never say
He's
die.
in Stranger Things now, man.
Yeah, and he's
They're
fat.
totally getting all these 80s icons to
He
play.
gained weight. You haven't seen too far into it, eh?
No, he's plump.
Okay. I have my wallet.
What's it got in it? What? What's in your wallet?
All my ID and stuff.
Did you just try to add to that song? Get out of
I
here.
did.
Get out of the basement.
Yeah,
please.
nothing really cool. Nothing too cool.
There's probably a cop badge
So what
that he
episode
stole
are you
from
on
a
of
cop in
Stranger
there. Like,
Things? How far are you in Stranger Things?
I've seen 3 episodes into the second season.
3 episodes?
Kale,
What? What's in your pocket?
In your pockets.
What? What's in your pocket?
In
What?
your
What's in your pockets?
Pockets.
What? What's in your pocket?
In your pockets.
What? What's in your pocket?
What do all your keys do?
don't deflect. Don't deflect. What's in your pockets? What's in your pocket, sir? What's in your pocket? What's in the box?
$10.
$10.
Phone.
Phone. Your phone?
Exciting.
Your phone?
The hooker that I killed's phone.
Whoa. What was in her pockets? 2 lighters?
Kill Natalie
For
Wood!
some reason, I had one in my pant pocket and I had one in my coat pocket too. The keys.
Keys? Hold on. What? What did all your keys do?
That's it. That's all that's in my pocket.
Okay, so let's talk about your keys. Let's talk about your case.
My car
Your fob. You got an automatic starter on there?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Factory.
I love those things. It's my first one.
My
Yeah,
car
change
key,
things up.
Car key.
my apartment building key.
Oh yeah. Well, hold on. Let me see it. Is it still the big
Same
ones?
one that you had.
No, I still have. I still have 2 of these.
Yeah.
Do you want to make $100?
Well, bring it next time you come to my place. You don't have to text me when you get there.
Oh man. Yeah, they probably changed it since
Probably
then.
not.
No,
I don't know.
I'll dig them out. Yeah, I still have them. I still have 2 of them.
Apartment mailbox key. Apartment itself key.
2000.
Man.
Like-
Parents' garage key. Work locker.
Work locker?
Parents' house, my sister's house, and work key. And then this key that looks like a key to a spaceship that's just a bunch of tools.
That does look like a futuristic
Yeah.
spaceship key.
Bottle opener, a spoke wrench.
That's definitely what they would use in one of those
Different
bad
wrenches and-
sci-fi B movies in the 90s. Use the spaceship key. They call it the spaceship key.
It does look like it's for something exotic.
You have a lot more keys than I do.
Steve?
What? What's in your pocket?
In your pocket.
What? What's in your pocket?
In
What?
your
What's in your pockets?
Pockets.
What? What's in your pocket?
In your pockets.
What? What's in your pocket?
What's in your pockets? What do your keys do?
Well, we went over this in the first season that my whole house is like my pockets.
Right.
So I literally have nothing in my pockets. Nothing in my pockets.
What do your keys do?
My keys are upstairs. I don't want to get them. But I have my house key, my parents' key, my car fob.
Does your car have a key? Or
No.
is it just a fob thing?
No, it's just I just have to have it on me, and then it's just the push the button and then the brake.
push the button and
But push the run button and the brake, and then
one
it
button
starts
and
the
the go
car.
button.
Yeah, yeah. And then when I'm parked, when I'm done with it, I push the button. I'm like, I'm done. I'm just
Done.
parking.
The done button.
Turn the car off. Just like push the
It's like a
button.
done button. It just like takes you home and automatically parks in a certain spot, and then just
See,
like, and then
a done
it just dumps
button.
you out into the driveway.
That's a sweet band name, Done Button.
Take as much as you can of that.
That's as much as I can on that.
It was great how the vape was just billowing out as he said that. What do you think of that? You like it?
That's okay. I've had it once before, and I don't necessarily enjoy the taste of it.
Yeah, I've never really loved
It's a job done.
vaporizer.
Yeah, because I had one back in the
Yeah.
day, and it was just like I never liked the taste of it.
Yeah. It does kind of taste like butts.
It does taste like butts. It really does.
Not farts, just butts.
No, I know.
I don't know.
Clean butts, dirty butts, sweaty butts, hairy butts.
It's like medium butts.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
It's healthier.
You guys want to go smoke some medium butt?
It's very healthy.
Medium butt?
I just wish I had bigger bags, like 6
That's what she
quarters or
said.
something. Yeah, right?
That's what he said.
She can have that done at hospital.
After getting some barbecue.
Well, they got great barbecue there.
In Greek. Oh,
Okay, so what else? Want to wrap this up, boys?
Yeah, watch Eyes Wide Shut.
Whoa, and I guess
Have it?
we'll end it on
And
that.
not just for Nicole Kidman,
I've been
but
meaning to.
worth it, by
I've
the
been
way.
meaning to just because it's come up on things before.
Okay,
Actually,
so,
all the
sounds like
girls in there are
creepy.
hot as fuck. but
okay, so well, let's do
It
this.
sounded very Illuminati.
You want to do this
It is.
for next week? You guys will come over. We'll watch Cabin in the Woods, and then we'll come down here and then we'll talk about it.
Nah.
All right, and on that note, so I guess good night. Do you want to wrap this up?
Sure.
Want to keep going? Are we still going?
We've done this like 3 times.
Wrap it up, see?
Each hour, it's like, should we stop at this hour?
Yeah, I don't know.
Should we just keep going? Should we get off the train?
Well,
The train's slowing down enough we can jump out and roll in the grass and not get hurt.
we just made it to the 3-hour mark.
Yeah, that's right.
On a 3-hour tour.
First half hour was just you.
Yeah.
That's Gilligan.
So we should do a half hour with just me and Brigham to even it out.
All right.
Let's go sit outside for a half hour.
Okay. I'm gonna drink my drink for a minute.
That's
Ladies and
all
gentlemen, I present to you
I'm just
a soliloquy between Cale Best and Brigham Shearon.
I was just kidding. I don't want to carry.
Oh,
I
hey,
don't want to
Kale.
carry this load.
Who's on first?
Let's use this as the fade.
What's on second?
Start fading it out now when you edit it. Kevin Spacey's on second.
Or we could just talk about something really
George
like
Takei's
super
on
real and then fade it out as we're talking about it. Like the key to save the world would be if all you have to do is you take this and then you put this and you just yeah, and it's free for everyone. No one will ever go hungry. Everyone gets a free bidet. Tom DeMont. Dude, that's and you think he might be out there? You don't know. I mean, it is a
I don't really believe everything he says, but
well, he believes it for sure, yeah. Could be fucking with him too, you know? Maybe we should just get just start doing that shit.
Is fucked up.
You're opposed to him. Well, yeah, he's out there, man. But if you think about it, if you were a imagine the shit you'd be improving. Yeah. You wouldn't be telling anyone. Oh, yeah, this whole thing, I'm trying to find evidence. For me, he's definitely I thought it was hilarious. Who knows what he said about Roswell was pretty interesting. You're not a fan of what's his face? Jordy. He just tells him how it is. So yeah. Dude, just go with that Roy Halladay shit. So basically, I guess he got but this plane that he bought actually didn't skip off the but he barely made That's crazy. Yeah, and also they slash each other on every play. Do we have to keep talking? You're just laughing at us.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna put this down. Alright, love you guys.